Still 11-3 and the best team in the NFL. I'm feeling it today. Last night I wasn't feeling. I was a little upset. I realized what happened. We talk about it today, and the rumors that are going around, some of them might even be true. Okay, but the fact. Oh, by the way, Hawks fan, get some receipts on them Hawks fans, y'all. Get them receipts and keep them for me too. Oh, they're in there talking major. All of a sudden, they've risen up to the level of royalty just because we had to fall back down in order to reach their level. Now they're talking major poo. Y'all got yours coming. Just wait. It's gonna be bloody. Hey, but the fact of the matter is, fam, the 49ers versus Falcons was a shock of the 2019 season. Niners were up to 11 points at one point, and it fell down to 10 points. 10 and a half. I think it fell down as low as 10 and a half points to beat the four-win Falcons. You and I both know that team we saw yesterday. The Falcons hanging loose. They got nothing to lose. They looked like butt all season long, and they came in and gave it to the 49ers, who, by the way, well, let's talk further. The season records didn't matter as Atlanta brought in intensity and energy. The 49ers refused to match. Incentive, motivation. Are our boys starting to feel themselves? All right, anyway, let's go ahead and, like we do after each game, go over every phase of the game and grade performances. This particular week, we'll be checking things out to identify the weakest link leading the 49ers loss versus the Falcons. You see, this is hard for us to forgive them for that because we expect perfection, and we may be asking too much. And I say that because it's a young team. They've been flexing all year. Anybody that comes in being a badass, the 49ers take them down, and they take them down in grand fashion, right? But the minute they go up against a team that's half-ass, I don't want to conclude that. Okay, anyway, the guys are quickly brought back down to earth with it was like the Undertaker came in there and grabbed him under the neck and choke slammed him. Oh, Niners! Whoa! Get up! So, and here's the thing. We go into a bee's hive. The almighty Saints. Drew Brees is back. He's been back for a few weeks, and that hand ain't hurting anymore. Brees is like dealing on the Niners, boy. Dealing on them, boy. Jimmy G said, oh, hell no. Jimmy G's dealing on the Saints. Dealing on them. We get to play the Falcons. What? What? Oh, my God, Niners. Are you serious? But they were not serious. Anyway, let's, I tell you what, fam, there's some reasoning being offered. I'm talking letdown after that New Orleans hangover, or one special bit of rhetoric I enjoyed. I enjoyed to a degree, but I wondered what? It's on Twitter. I forget which writer I just caught that on. He says the 49ers were laying back in order to not overwork themselves before taking on the Rams and Hawks. You see, from what we saw yesterday, that'd be easy to believe. The thing is, what the heck happened, okay? Coach Shannon is quoted saying, I think that team played better than us today. And this was in the presser yesterday, right? I didn't see our guys not playing hard. I think our guys played hard, but the Falcons played better, coached better. Could our guys be... okay. I'm looking at Matt, my uncle's grades, since he was sitting on the field and up close and personal with what was going on. And let's go down here. I want to get your opinion on this, too. Rushing offense. The 49ers used their running game as a part of a 21-play, 88-yard drive that ended in a touchdown in the second quarter. But the consistency was just not there to keep the chains moving throughout the entire game. Hey, the Dream Mostert gained 54 yards on 14 carries. So Kyle Shanahan does realize now that is his money back. He's using him more and more. Tevin Coleman had 40 yards on 4 attempts, but 37 of those yards came on one run. I wish we could get TC back. I don't know what's going on with him, but he had that one run. Boy, TC was jamming. Matty B is struggling. He had 11 yards on 4 carries and also committed a costly fumble in the fourth quarter, and he fumbled earlier than that. Is he going to come back with fumble issues after being off all season? He did that as the 49ers were driving for a score. We would have at least got 3, Matty. They got D- on that. The rushing offense was like we had one person that came in and kicked butt, but everybody else was like, what? Hey, passing offense. Jimmy G was not at his best, but not the reason for the 49ers losing that game. He completed 22 of 34 passes for 200 yards with 1 TD and no INTs. And mind you, very costly miss, so he should have been 23. The Kendrick Bourne drop, maybe he had to dive for it. He missed it. But there was DJ Samuel, that was right in his breadbasket. Anyway, I hope we don't fall back into that again. The pass protection was spotty, though JG was sacked just one time in the game. Vic Beasley beat Staley. Almost called him Joe Beasley. Joe Staley with an inside pass rush early on in the game. But Joe said, oh, caught me that time, did you? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. No, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. George Kittle was outstanding with 13 catches for 134 yards, but he had an unforced fumble late in the game on a play in which it looked as if he would be able to pick up a key first down to help the 49ers run out the clock. Again, this goes back to the old cliche we've been saying all year. Nobody could beat the 49ers except for the 49ers. Classic example yesterday. The wide receivers were non-existent. Deebo Samuel had 1 drop. His only reception went for 29 yards. E-Man Sanders had 2 catches for 9 yards. The question here is where... Kyle! There's nobody on that team that can cover Sanders. Why were we going to Sanders? Kendrick Bourne had a drop, as I mentioned, and he had just 1 reception for 11 yards. That passing attack gets a D. George Kittle was the only one working that day. Okay. You can give me some feed in that. Russian defense, 49ers run defense did a good job on Devonta Freeman, who picked up just 39 yards on 12 carries. Some of the biggest plays for the Falcons running game, though, came from quarterback Matt Ryan. Matt scrambled for 27 yards on 5 attempts. Here's the thing. No, Matt Ryan is not... We're not talking about Action Jackson. We're talking about Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan! If Matt Ryan gets a -1 a game, it's a good thing. We let him waltz up the middle for 27 yards? Why? Fred Warner led the 49ers defense with 9 tackles, including 1 stop for a loss. Even with Matt Ryan doing his imitation of Action Jackson, you got to give him a B. They did stop that run. You know what? This is good going forward, though, because Gurley's coming up next week. If the 49ers are going to get serious about the run, Gurley's coming up next week. Carson's coming up with the Hawks. You stop the Hawks from running, they're dead meat. You stop the Rams from running, they're dead meat. So if the 49ers are going to get serious about that, and then our secondary people are going to come back, you got Richard Sherman coming back, Kowalski Teeth's probably coming back, that means the Rams and Hawks are dead meat easily if we're going to stop the run. So it's a good thing, but we didn't need to lose. Why did we have to lose yesterday? Okay. Passing defense, when the game was on the line, the 49ers could not stop the Falcons. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that we need people to come back. K1, please, DJ Reed. Anyway, 49ers could not stop the Falcons from marching down the field for the winning points. That's what the game was all about, right there. The best player on the field was wide receiver Julio Jones. Jones caught 13 passes for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think Richard Sherman would have put up with all that. I really don't. Anyway, The 49ers do not have an answer for Jones at the goal line. Jones posted up against 49ers safety Jimmy Ward at the goal line. He did just enough to screen off Dub and catch the pass that broke the plane of the goal line for the game-winning touchdown. Sheldon Day and Nick Bosa broke through for sacks, but the 49ers pass rush did not dominate this game like they had hoped against an inferior Atlanta offensive line. See, this is what scares me to death. Atlanta's offensive line ain't famous. Fam, they ain't famous. What is the problem? There were no takeaways in this passing game. Overall, for all 4 quarters, the 49ers do not deserve a failing grade, but the fact that they gave up back-to-back 75 and 70-yard touchdown drives in the fourth quarter at the worst possible times locks in a failing mark. That's a D-, y'all. That's a D- all day long. And Matt has been nice. But again, we're playing with backups in the secondary that apparently haven't had enough burn this year, and maybe they need a little more rotation just in case this happens. Again, I'm mad at Mosley. Mosley didn't do bad at all. Mosley's just as good as anybody we got on the team, I got a feeling. But Kayvon, please, don't go through no concussion protocol this week. And Sherm, if you want to play, you can play. I ain't going to argue. Although, I think if I get Kayvon and Kwaski, Sherm can take the day off against the Rams and come back and beat up his old squad. And you know how bad he wants to do that. Special teams, there were plenty of good things that the 49ers did on special teams. Mitch Wishnowsky, of course, had good hang time on his punts, and his 41.3-yard net average was in keeping with what he's done this season. As Mitch Wish is no joke. Baby boy is consistent, always gets it done. 49ers also forced a takeaway on special teams when Ross Dwelly stripped punt returner Kenyon Barner, which I didn't even see. I was hanging my head shame before that play. I looked up, and all of a sudden I see Juice racing toward the end zone with the football. Whoa, what happened? And that was it right there. Dwelly stripping out Kenyon Barner the ball. Juice recovered, and 2 plays later he scored on a 1-yard pass from Jim McGee. Mostert also was his usual impressive self as a gunner on punt coverage. Mostert, you know what? I tell you, Mostert is, they're going to have to pay the boy. I don't know. I think they give him 2 or 3 years because you can't let Mostert go next year. You can actually I ain't going to get this argument started. I will stop right there. But Robbie Gould missed an extra point on a fourth quarter when we could have hooked it wide. Robbie. There wasn't no rain going on out there. It was just cold. Mitch and the long snapper have gotten it down. There's no issue with that anymore. What is your problem? If your leg still hurts, then tell somebody. That seemed to signal change in momentum. Instead of a 10-point lead, it was 9. They get a B- so because everybody was cool except for Robbie. If he was on his game, you could give that at least special teams get an A. Overall, it's easy to see why the 49ers would have struggled in this game, but they had to do a lot of things wrong in order to lose it, and they did them all. The Falcons are not that. They're not the pushovers that the record suggests. They got weapons. They got Julio. If you got Julio, but there was no Ridley. Devontae Freeman, his action was stopped trying to run early on in the game. 49ers said, Devontae, your eyes may shine, your teeth may grit, but lots of yards today you ain't going to get. And they did. And you can't stop one man. It was Julio. In fact, that's what this game came down to. Julio Jones versus Mrs. Kittle's baby boy. That was the whole game right there. Matt Ryan and Jimmy G squaring off. They got one weapon apiece, and that's all they're using. At least we had a run game, and we still managed to give that game to them. Niners. Come on. Yeah, here's the thing. The Falcons played a carefree brand of football and seemed energized and excited about the game. They were. We're coming in to take on the top team in the NFC. We're going to bust their butt. We're going to come in. We ain't got nothing to lose. We're doing everything. We're trying everything. We're going to get it done. And they did. 49ers kick back. Hey, y'all. What we going to do after this game? Because you know we're going to win this game, right? I'm going to tell y'all, hey, I was my treat. Yeah. Hey. Play this game first. How about that? And be serious. 49ers might not have taken the Falcons lightly, but they did not bring the same energy that brought to the exciting showdown last week in New Orleans. You can see it in their body language. The 49ers weren't serious. They were just out there going through the motions. It's understandable. 49ers lacked the workmanlike performance that good teams put together that enable them to win games when they're not able to muster their A game. Now the 49ers have no wiggle room if they have any hopes of winning the NFC West and earning home field advantage in the playoffs. Maybe they needed D- overall. Maybe the Niners need to do this to themselves to get fired up again. Fam, I hate to say it, but we may have a budding team that actually thinks too much of themselves. I don't want to believe that, but all the writing's on the wall. Look at the beginning. Why are we having trouble with the Cardinals? Nobody has trouble with the Cardinals except for us. Why? Look at the Steelers early in the year. The Steelers were butt cheeks. And we had to battle back from adversity in that game. We're fumbling. We're doing all the things we can do wrong. And we had to come back and win that game in miracle fashion. You know what? The Washington Redskins game, I give them a break on that. Why? Because we were playing in a swimming pool. It's just not that easy to play football in a swimming pool. Okay, Niners, you win 9-0. Fine. All right? But Jesus Christ. This is different. When I say this team is young, when I was telling you earlier this team is young and we may not be ready for the Super Bowl yet, I said that early in the season. Here's my thing. They have got to learn to be a little more professional in certain situations. You know you got to play a team that is not up to your level. You got to go in there with like workmanlike attitude and just take them apart. Do what you do. And you can laugh and clown later. But this is going to come in the years to come. The 49ers have at least a minimum of 4 more year window of complete domination as they get more mature and they get more in sync with Kyle Shanahan. And may I tell you, Kyle Shanahan's offense is going to get even more complicated for other teams to try to stop as the years go by for the next 4 years. The defense, as you can see, we got a nucleus of a solid defense. It's not going to be a problem. So, you can see where the 49ers are going with this, but we got to wait. And that's why I don't know if I'll be too judgmental. I'm going to give the 49ers a C- because they're too young on this whole overall thing. Matt Milk gave it a D. I'm going to give a C. I'm going to give a C- because they can do a lot better, but they have got to stay dialed in. I know we got a lot of players out, and they mean a lot. But this team's depth, there's no untalented players on this team anymore. So that's why I'm saying, Niners, stop assing around. Okay, I get it. You don't feel like playing the Falcons. Now, if they come out and they just do a number on the Rams next week like the Cowboys did, we're going to smell a rat. And you're at that point, you're going to know, all right, Niners, I see y'all, man. Y'all, boy, I'm glad we ain't got any more sorry teams to play this year because we'd end up losing. All right? Because I don't want to see a two-man show with George Kittle anymore. I love George. It's like I posted up today. We are witnessing a 49er legend build his legacy, a future 49er legend building his legacy. George Kittle is a real deal. You know that Gronkowski's PFF rating, his best was 92.2. You know George is at 94 point something this year? George Kittle is no joke, and he is, without a doubt, the 49ers offensive MVP. But don't overwork the MVP, guys. I understand you don't want to get hurt. Don't throw the ball to Emmanuel Sanders. He may get hurt. Don't throw the ball to Debo. He may get hurt. You know? I mean, Kyle, spread it around. That secondary is not one of the best in the league. Kill him. You got to know when you got a weak opponent, put your foot on his neck and get rid of him in the first half. And then if you feel like cruising, then cruise in the second half. God, that was so annoying. Anyway, we're over it. Move on. You guys, if you got your point to make about what happened yesterday, hey, this is Monday Night Raw. You say whatever you want to. You see I'm getting it off my chest. Mad as hell about that game. Give the Falcons. Got me, I lost a bet. I'm sitting up here yelling Falcons in Niner fashion because I made a bet. Then back at that time, ain't no way in the world we're going to lose that game. We lost! Dancing with the Nintendo stars and stuff, fam. He said, I laughed when Chad had said no injuries at the press conference. See? I said to myself, of course you did. You have anything because nobody did a damn thing. He said nothing. But Niners, I hope we never, ever again get a third week bye. After 3 weeks, don't give us a bye. Let us play at least 6 to 7 weeks. 49ers are tired, and they get bored easily. If they don't have a motivation, they can't play. Gold money, aloha, right? Hey, our battle cry is 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. Make it happen, 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. They better make it 13-3. Or, you know what's going to be motivation for the 49ers? The 49ers win out, they win the division, and then they get... 49ers win out, they win the division, and then they get to take a 2-week and take a break. And they need to get serious about that. Play for that, and now you guys can get a rest. Mr. Blockeye says, bottom line, we have to get that Jordan Kobe killer. It's like, right? You got to have the eye of the tiger, Kobe style. And Jordan. We got to finish the opponent off on a consistent basis. It's cool. We'll be fine. Go 49ers. It was number 75 will be back for us. Yeah. Wait, who's 75? Is that one of our linemen? Anyway, Big Show. Who is 75? Because Jones is not coming back. Lakin Tomlinson? Lakin's not out. Lakin's doing a good job, by the way. I need to give him props. Big Show. Says Ronbo. You see Quan? I saw Quan. I heard about Quan practicing. You know, Quan is kind of crazy. You know, that he came off an ACL fast I've ever seen anybody come back in and like he came back. I guess we don't need to rule it out. Ooh, it'd be so nice to see Quan make it back for the playoffs. Adam Carrillo says, hey, KB posted a video of Quan Alexander back on the practice field. Quan Alexander said he's going to... Okay. When I saw people saying that, I didn't take it seriously because I didn't know what you mess. Y'all be toying with my emotions. Don't tell me Quan's coming back this year. All right, tell me Quan is coming back. If he does, well, Jay Tans, I'm okay with the loss because it is a wake-up call and the team will be fired up. It could be a blessing in disguise. Could be. All right. Quan, you coming back, man? Oh, no. If we hear an announcement in a couple of weeks and they say Quan Alexander seems recovering faster than anybody anticipated, and Kyle Shanahan said he is going to pencil him in for the playoffs. Whoa! God! Charles!
Ronbo, I'm hearing all these Quan rumors and just getting excited.
I know, right?
Man, that's some good news if he's coming back.
All I need to hear now is if DJ Jones is coming back, and I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, only one person can come off IR, though. That's the problem.
Right. That's right. Well, if it has to be one guy, since we're going to stop the run now, it looks like 49ers are serious about that. Let it be Quan. God. Hot boys! Yes! Charles, I mean, look down through here and testify. On what happened here, passing offense and all, rushing offense, defense, and all these things. Charles, what do you think?
Passing offensively, it looked vanilla. Like there was usually we're used to seeing Kyle do a lot of motion, a lot of trickery, a lot of messing with your head. He didn't. He was just straight up. Like I didn't see any of that.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't either. Now, that's two of us that didn't see that. So we ain't imagining this. It must be true.
Because I think Kyle didn't take it serious. Because, I don't think at the end of the game, he had this smile on his face like, okay, these guys really think they just beat us, like, when you take it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't even seem that stressed in the press conference, did he? He looked like he was cool. They just outplayed.
He was like, oh, don't worry. I just gave you this star. You're scoring 19 or
and
okay,
since you
guys, you can have it.
Right. And since you blame me for Super Bowl, all right, I'm going to give you this.
Anyway, defensively, it was also like, it was basic as well. People took, and I heard yesterday that was that what's his name, Eric Armstead was taking plays off.
Yeah, somebody noticed that. I was so mad I didn't even see what Eric was doing.
Yeah, if that's the case, So I would have taken Eric Armstead off the field and not play him another snap. You do not do that in the game.
Who would you replace him with?
Like you're getting paid millions, and you're just dogging it the whole game. Come on, Eric.
But who are you gonna put in for Eric though? We don't have a lot of guys on defense anymore. The
Well,
line
he's
is
playing
depleted.
the edge, right?
Who?
Eric's on the edge right now, right?
No, Valawaga's on the edge. And I don't know who's
Maybe
spelling
it's as well.
Valawaga. I mean, Eric they may switch back and forth or something. I don't know. But Valawaga's on the edge. Eric is in the middle. DeForest Buckner's in the middle.
Why is Armstead playing the edge? Like, why not? He's more effective in the middle, not on the edge.
We don't have anybody. Charles, D. Ford is injured, right?
Well,
so he can't play.
Tavius just came back from IR.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they didn't want to put him out there. Eric is probably the most talented left to play out there. I didn't see him BSing yesterday. I wasn't paying any attention. But if he was, I would have put. I still think it was part of the plan. I really do. Guys, take it easy. All I want to do is come off this field with no injuries. You know, I really. We'll find out later. But,
okay, if that's the case, then we did a damn good job. We did a damn good job of that. Game plan worked to perfection.
And Charles, we barely lost. They were out. If that's true, they barely lost out there BSing. We make a couple of less mistakes, even with us playing it at 3/4 speed. They still win that game. That's how good this team is. But I don't need that loss. God.
Yeah, that's the problem with this loss. We have if this loss makes us have to rush Richard Sherman back from hamstring. If we win this game, we can say, Sherm, take it easy. We'll see you next week in Seattle. Let's keep working on that hamstring. Quan,
Charles,
you're still a little fuzzy.
Yeah, Charles, we got.
See you in Seattle.
I hear you. We got to pull up the way out of time. But you know what? One thing we need to know about Sherm, they can't. I don't think they could stop Sherm next week. He's playing whether they want him to or not. But you know what? I'll see you again this weekend. We'll talk more about this, see what's going on. Because Sherm may get the week off. All right. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey, Charles.
I'll see you next time, right?
All right. Looking forward.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, boy. I tell you. D, Big D. Come on in, man.
What's going on, Ronbo? You all right, my brother?
Yeah,
you okay, man?
I had to holler and scream a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've been hollering and screaming. Wasn't nobody listening as I was running down the house. I'm okay. I still need to holler and scream a little more. I'm going to holler and scream until we win again. That's a whole week. I can't accept losing. Dion, I'm spoiled. How you feeling? I mean, give me some testimony on each phase of this game. Passing, offense, and defense. My Lord. Special teams.
Ronbo.
Robbie.
I'm going to need you to bring me on in because this is going to be for the whole Niner faithful. I'm going to need you to bring me in. Let me holler at you.
Oh, yeah. And Monday Night Raw, you know how we do. Let me holler at you. Go ahead. Just take it.
All right, my Niner faithful. Is it a coincidence that we lost this game? And we lost it in a pretty horrible fashion. We looked inept on offense. Looked like we couldn't stop nothing on defense. Randomly, the Seahawks win. So it puts us back in the 5 spot, them back in the 1 spot. And we got 2 games left. You heard Kyle Shanahan mention this word called trap game all week. And randomly, we have to play the Seahawks. At the end of the season, I almost feel like this was a setup purposely for us to go kick the Rams' teeth in and have to fight with the Seahawks at the end of the season.
Drama.
Because that will be the game of the year. Think about it like this, people. The NFC North, we know Aaron Rodgers is better than Kirk Cousins, so no one cares. The NFC South, Drew Brees already has that locked up. The NFC East, that's a joke. But the
NFC least.
Exactly, has been the most competitive division in all of the NFC and pretty much most of football. So if you think about it, we
We're the
go in there and we
marquee,
beat the Rams.
the marquee matchup.
Exactly. We beat the Rams. And then that next week, they'll probably even flex us into a Sunday night game.
I
You
thought it
got the
was.
Rams, you got the Seahawks. You
That's
got
right.
the Seahawks. You got the 49ers. They're fighting for the number one spot. They're fighting for the NFC West. They're fighting to make sure that the road to the Super Bowl goes through each one of their houses. And it's in Seattle, of all places. Ratings will skyrocket. People, this was a setup. We accidentally lost this game on purpose. I rest my case.
Tell you big when it comes to big money, you just can never ever not. You can't discount anything. I bet you're absolutely right.
Think about it like this, Ronbo. When we played the Ravens in the Super Bowl, we were getting our asses handed to us in that first half, were we
And
not?
they turn the lights out.
Magically, the lights go out. And what happened? Come on, people, y'all got to see this stuff, man. These people in Vegas, and other people would be. They said, nah, man, they screwing up the betting lines. We're gonna have to pay out too much money. We got to fix this. Nope.
And who runs Vegas? And D, who runs Vegas?
Mob.
Yes.
Come on. People wake up and smell the coffee. This is exactly what happened. They set this up from day one. They knew it. As soon as they seen everything start playing out the way that it did, they said, we got to set up this season-ending game. Watch how we go in there and beat the Rams. Watch the Seahawks struggle with the Cardinals a little bit, but Russell will pull off some of that magic. And then at the end of the season, when all the chips are on the line, everybody else has solidified their spot. It's going to be us and the Seahawks, and I'm telling you, ratings will skyrocket like they never have before.
And the Ravens are going to end up playing them sorry Patriots for their finale. Or if they're smart, they go ahead and have the Ravens play Kansas City. I'd rather watch that than Tom Brady. But Tom Brady is Tom Brady. And Belichick, they're out there doing that controversy, getting busted by the police, before game time. I mean,
and everything, you know how they do it.
Oh,
they always been treated, but that ain't making no difference.
D, we out of time. Bam, I'm gonna see you Friday. We're gonna make some predictions on this game. It's all been rehearsed, like you're saying. No, I don't know why we're doing it. I stopped watching the NBA because of this bull. But anyway, I'll see you this weekend.
All right, Ron. Good evening, man.
All right, fam. You too. Okay, fam. Click on the Dion. You can see his brilliance. You see him in the chat. Click him up. He's got content, 49 content rolling constantly. James, come on in here, James. Now that we've went NCSI and figured all this out, what are you thinking here?
Hey,
God almighty, Niners. God, that's why I stopped watching the NBA. I hated setups. Okay, let me chill out. Maybe it's not. James, what do you think?
Hey, Ronbo. Good evening. First of all, honor of life, and thank you for all that you're doing and all that good stuff and the technical staff. But let me tell you, man. Yesterday,
James, James,
hello.
You on speakerphone? Because I'm having trouble hearing you. You back in the back?
All right, hold on.
Okay.
No, I'm up now. Can you hear me better?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, James. I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yesterday, I mean, I just don't know. It was reminiscent to me of the 1994 season when we had Dion. I mean, we went 14-2, and we had won. I think it was like we won almost 8 games straight from our first after our first loss, and we won those 8 games. And I don't know whether it was. I think it might have been Houston. It might have been Houston in like their last year or the year before. They went from the Houston Oilers to the Tennessee Titans when they moved out. They moved out of Houston, and we took them lightly. And it was a trap game. We got smashed. But I will say this much: they had their little says like, "Yeah, we didn't get it right," blah blah blah, and this and that, and they took it on the chin. But they came back out there and smashed the rest of the teams they had to play, and we got that first round bye. And I think it was the Cowboys or whatever that had to come play us. Man, we kicked we kicked their spurs back in them that year. And at the same time,
Y'all won't be riding the horses this week with not with those spurs. You won't.
and as far as it goes right now, I'm going to tell you that secondary last yesterday was they just played bad, man. Okello Witherspoon was the first one. Anytime you see him start shaking them hands like he breakdancing, on the field and all that, and other players or on the defense, that's the sign, right? That's the telltale sign that somebody is not doing their job. And DJ Reed was not ready. I thought that Robert Salah was going to try and maybe mix it up with putting a faster, more stronger player like Tavarius Moore, even on Julio Jones, to let him play over the top. But they didn't do that. That's neither here nor there now. And at the same time, I agree with a caller that said last night, I thought there was no review within the last 2 minutes of a game. Then how does one official say game over when the clock had expired? It was down to 0. One official says game over. And
we ain't got to be reviewing nothing. Yeah.
Right. And then the other one is like, oh, no, we got to have a review. Where did that come from? Because the rules stipulate there's no review within 10 minutes of the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened to us yesterday. And as far as there is some good fortune to talk about tonight, the Seahawks, Josh Gordon has got suspended indefinitely again. So
he lasted longer than I thought he would. He wasn't playing a key role. Yeah.
Listen, Deion Sanders hit it on the head when he said, the Seahawks, when another guy on Total Access had said, oh, did you hear that the Seahawks, they picked up Josh Gordon? First thing Prime said was, well, what happened in New England? Because they kind of just waived him all of a sudden. Something happened, but anyway, we know what happened right now. It's and I'm going to still pray for him. But at the end of the day, he's suspended, and they also lost Chris Carson is done for the year.
What?
Okay. What? Yeah, well, one of those big running backs they got.
Rashard Penny. Rashard Penny's out.
Yeah, he's gone. And I think we may even get some help from the Cardinals. But listen, this giving us a bye week in week 3, you can see the effects of it, as well as, don't get me wrong, they're playing real stout right now because they're saying to themselves, well, like Matt Breida said last week in the Saints game, well, we had to pick it up because the defense, they didn't play their best game, so we had to pick it up for them. But I don't know yesterday what happened. I think that Kyle might have actually said to himself, you know what? I'm going to call some plays just to see just if they can get it done or not, because they're ready right now. They're ready this year, as young as they are, as talented as they are. They're ready for anybody. Now, I can guarantee you this much. I do believe the Rams and the Seahawks are in trouble because every loss that we seem to have, they come back in that bounce back game. And we lost to the Ravens, and look what we did to the Saints.
The following week.
So, so with that being said, man, I'm looking at it like we got to get this, man. It's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. I'm not taking nothing on. If I got to come out there and dress out, y'all see
James,
it's me, man. I'm good for both plays.
You remind me of me. You get rolled, you can't stop. We got to stop, though, fam, because I came too late anyway. Right, so listen, let me see you this weekend.
Thank you, man, for what you do. And out of my 4 plays, my biggest ESPN episode would be at halftime, walking off that field. But anyway,
all right,
have a good night. Be blessed, man.
You too. Oh, yeah. Night, James. All right, and let's go to it's Drake. Drake, come on in here, will you please, and testify and give us some of that Dreism as to what happened on the Russian offense, Russian defense, passing every. You know what I'm saying? Who was hurting us?
I mean, we only gave up 88 yards rushing, so nobody hurt us for the Russian defense.
There it is.
It wasn't bad. The rewatching the game, man. That PI in the end zone, man. I rewatched that 4 times. I don't know how they justified calling that pass interference, and I don't know why Kyle
On
Shanahan
Dub,
didn't challenge.
right?
Yeah, man.
I
Jimmy,
do not
I
get
mean,
that either.
you got a 6'3", damn near 6'4" guy, with a 5'10" guy guarding him, and like I just don't understand how they justify calling that. If you look in the rule book, there was nothing inside of the NFL rule book that justified calling that play a defensive pass interference. So otherwise than that, man, you see how important Richard Sherman is, having him out there.
Oh yeah, he keeps him fired up. You got to have him.
I mean, just on the last play of the game, they ran a crossing route with the two wide receivers. One did an out route, and one ran straight across Emmanuel Mosley's face, and Julio came right underneath him, and it was just an easy play. It's the same play that the Seahawks ran against the Patriots, and Malcolm Butler fished it out and he got a pick. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how Emmanuel Mosley did not know to come underneath that route and slap the ball down. Mm-hmm. Sherm would have sniffed that shit out like a dog on a dog.
As soon as they ran it, as soon as you seen the pattern forming, absolutely.
And E-Man just stood there, bro, like he was frozen. He literally didn't know what to do. So I'm definitely not going to count this one against us. We had a lot of young guys out there. We're down 6 starters from the defense. Kyle Shanahan did not dig into his bag yesterday. He was running basic
vanilla
plays.
offense, basically.
Yeah, I've seen the same plays ran throughout the game. I've seen the same 6 plays ran 4 or 5 different times. He had a playbook of about 35 plays. That's it.
Maximum.
So I mean, the game plan was to go out there, vanilla playbook, and try to get in healthy and get out healthy, and that's exactly what we did. I'm not too much worried about it. We won't look like this next week. We were playing against, like I said, Dan Quinn. He's a coach that basically knows Kyle Shanahan's playbook, his tendencies, like the back of his hand. So Kyle wasn't going to put too much out there on film for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, good point,
the Rams is going to look at this film and they're not going to know what's going to hit them on Saturday night, because it's going to be a totally different playbook. It's going to be a totally different look. So I'm really, not too concerned about it. The Rams, their kicker, he just strained his his quad, and also Troy Hill just had surgery on his hand. So I mean, if you want to call that a plus, that's some pluses that we can look forward to. The only thing that bothers me is going up against the Rams this week, because the Falcons game's over. I really don't want to talk about it no more. It is what it is. Going against the Rams this week, the only thing that bothers me is Clay Matthews coming off the edge. That's not something that we had to deal with before, because he had a broke jaw the first time we played him. He broke his jaw against the Seahawks the week before. He was out a couple of weeks. So I want to see how our offensive line is going to respond to that. I did see from Ben Garland. Ben Garland played a hell of a job. I don't know whoever said that Richburg was the reason. You guys need to go back and watch the game, because I did. Lincoln Thompson and Joe Staley. The pressure was coming from over Lincoln Tomlinson and Joe Staley the whole game. It had nothing to do with Ben Garland. He had a damn good game. Mike Person had a damn good game. McGlinchey, besides for his penalties, had a damn good game. The pressure was coming from over the right guard and the left tackle.
Dre, you know what, though?
That's where it was coming from.
Do you know that Thompson was one of the top graded offensive linemen in this game? I don't know how or why, but according to PFF,
how.
He was.
I don't know how.
He was way.
I don't know how. He allowed like 4 or 5 pressures, and he allowed Jimmy to get sacked twice. I don't know how the hell that is. I don't know how they be doing the Brady systems, bro. Lincoln Thompson played like stir-fried shit.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
With sprinkles on top.
We got it. We're out of Dre. We're out of time. It's a little quicker than I thought. We're out of time, Dre. Let me see this weekend. All right.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about this game, man. It is what it is, man. Ain't nobody gonna win 16 games in a row. And the last team that won 16 games in a row, they lost.
Got a whooping.
Super Bowl.
Way back when. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, man. So man,
right,
shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey Trash, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, Shea Lewis, man. All of the guys. We're gonna look better this week coming up. We got an early week. We made it out healthy. We playing on Saturday, and the The Rams
That's
just got
smart.
beat up by the Cowboys.
There you go.
And now they got to come to Levi and get smacked up. So I'll see y'all.
All right, Dre. I look forward to this weekend. All right. It's Dre. And hey, K, come on in, K Hendricks.
What's good? What's poppin', man? You know I'm in the building.
Yeah.
What's up, Faith?
Oh man. Okay. What do you got to say? I was handing out grades. Your offense, your
Man,
defense, man.
It's basically what my man said earlier, man. I think he was the first or second caller. Man, I'm not gonna say the Chicago mob runs the NFL. I'm not gonna really break it down to conspiracies and all that, man. But as I was thinking last night, as soon as we got off the phone, Ronbo, I went straight to my room and I was watching something, and I was thinking, man, people gotta understand, man. At the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan is still our coach. That man, it's no telling what he has up his sleeve. I'm not going to make an excuse and say we gave the game to the Falcons or he's playing slight, but you got to think about it, Ronbo. I've seen some weird stuff in that game. I've never seen Kyle Shanahan do all season, man. Just think about it. This game could have been a blessing in disguise, man. And I honestly think that Week 17 game is going to be an emotional game, man. Think about it. Think about it, Ronbo. You got the South. You got the Saints locking up the South. You got the Packers closing in the North. Then you got the Eagles might take the East. Then
you gave up on the Cowboys?
The Eagles won that, man. Then you got
I hope
us
so.
and the Seahawks, the battling for that Week 17 spot. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
Yes.
And then Sherman's going to be facing his former team in a possible primetime matchup that might be the most viewed game in the years.
Could be.
Ronbo, I think this is what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to beat the Rams. I think we're going to beat them Seahawks. I honestly think this is a wake-up call, man.
Yeah.
Just think about it, Ronbo. I've never seen this team play any way like that in a long time. Like I never seen us play like that all season.
This is what I'm talking about. They've not looked like that all year. Kay, I gotta tell you though, if they're building up that game against the Seahawks as being a marquee match of the year, did you see the Hawks play against the Panthers yesterday? I mean,
Hey, man,
anybody that played any kind of football, the Panthers out there throwing INTs, and they did everything they could to lose that game, and the Hawks barely got away again.
Ronbo, I think them Hawks in trouble, man. I think them. Here's why. They might go without Wagner for a few weeks.
Now wait a minute. Somebody said there's nothing wrong with Wagner.
Nah, I was just reading up on it. I think his ankle. He got a small ankle sprain, but I read something where it says he might miss a game or two. They don't have Penny. They don't have most of their defense is crumbling apart. Ronbo, I'm telling you, if Kyle Shanahan readjusts his team, and if we, because think about it, we're a young team, man. We haven't been to the playoffs in like 5 years. This is a baby team playing at an all-time high elite level right now. We haven't had a bye week since the beginning of the season, man. So, in the game of football, it's very hard in your mental, man. Being that you have to play, especially when you haven't had no bye week in a long time. You haven't
like
had
we did,
played rest in a long time.
You got to relax somewhere.
This is mentally hard on us, Ronbo.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, we got to play in the rain too. So that's more pressure on us, trying to avoid more injuries. But I think Kyle Shanahan will try to figure out a way, man. I think he will. And I'm so glad Josh Gordon got suspended. I don't wish that on no man, but it's Ronbo. Why do you think Bill Belichick saw that coming, man?
I know. And that's why. That's why we dodged the bullet.
Everybody was getting on Bill Belichick.
Okay.
Everybody was getting on him. Bill Belichick not gonna randomly cut no wide receiver. He know what he's doing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we out of time, no fam. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll look for you Friday and see. I'm reading this news about Bobby Wagner now. I'm going to tell you what. Let's see what they say, and we can go from there. All right. Get that score ready for the
You know I'm
Rams.
gonna be in here, Ronbo. You know I'm gonna be here.
All right,
Everybody follow
fair.
my page, man. Niner Wire, man. Daily content.
Hey,
up
there it is.
Follow.
Niner. What's the name of it? Niner Wire?
Yeah, Niner Wire.
All right, there you go. Hey, you in the chat right now? Yeah, click on K's name if he's in there. All right, K. Good stuff, fam.
All right, Ronbo. See you Friday, man.
Be looking for you too. Have a good night.
Too.
So I'm reading. Hey, Daryl Green. Is that gold money? Oh, no, we got it. Hey, Daryl Green. Thanks, fam. All right. I'm reading here just the headline because I want to get to the phone quick as I can. This is 3 hours ago. Quandre Diggs also left the game with an ankle injury, and his injury is more severe than Wagner's. And then the dude came on Twitter. I got sad news for you 49er fans. Bobby Wagner's just fine. Now, I just took from that, okay, I guess he was kidding. I didn't look into it. So that was a Hawks fan talking crap, as per usual. He says, it's more severe than Wagner's, though what that means in terms of the timeline is not yet clear. He had good results to his test, but he does have a sprained ankle. According to Carroll, he's got a high ankle sprain. They did well, Carroll. But it seems Wagner's determined to play anyway. So, Bobby Wagner, I got all the respect in the world for. But if he ain't playing, that game's over before it even starts. We'll run on them like it ain't never been done before. Hey, Felix.
What's up, man?
Oh, Felix, man. Felix, I ain't talked to you since it was early in the season last time I talked to you, and we was like just steamrolling teams. Felix, how you doing, man?
I know.
We just ran into this silly game, and a lot of us, since we know the 49ers is way better than what we seen yesterday, nobody believes it's real. That the 49ers went in there, rehearsed the whooping. What do you think?
Listen. You know how people say some people so smart they dumb? That's what Shanahan is. You know, for the past 3 games, our hot running back has been Mostert. Mostert. Our bread and butter has been the run game, and it sets up the play action. I don't understand this Coleman, this Breida, and then Mostert here, and then on special. The man is probably the best running back that we have. Go with the hot hand.
I kept saying it
with the hot
all
hand.
game. I said, Kyle, will you please get Mostert back on the field?
Because you know, like these play callers like Shanahan and what's his name, Peyton. Sometimes they get cute. Like remember the game last week, and Peyton went for 4th and 18, and they get too cute sometimes.
And that passing the ball and crying about the pass interference.
Right? Come on, listen. The bread and butter of what we've been doing is running the ball, and you set up the play action. So everybody knew that where the ball was going to. They already knew the ball was going to George Kittle. That was fine.
Everybody knew.
I don't understand how we go from such a big drop-off to New Orleans. And if you ask me, I think we play better on the road anyway. That's just me. I think personally we play better on the road. I think with Seattle we're better because remember the last game we didn't have Kittles, we didn't have Emmanuel Sanders, and they still only beat us by 3.
And they didn't really. We missed the winning field goal. I'll never get over that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because the kicker we got from the Canadian League or whatever, he missed it. So whatever.
He's from the States, but he just got cut.
So and I'm figuring out like where is our I told somebody too, me living in Atlanta, I said, listen, this is gonna be a trap game. I said it's gonna be because they was like they don't have Calvin Ridley, but they still have Julio Jones. They still have and nobody could cover Julio Jones. We already knew where the ball was going to. I think for some reason we cannot get a pass rush, so we need to start blitzing more probably because we cannot get for some reason or another we cannot get. Remember we could rush with the front 4, and I understand we've had injuries. But perhaps we need to start blitzing because I don't know what's going on, but the pass rush, it has not been there or whatever. But listen, Shanahan, I don't understand. The last caller said perhaps because he was with the Falcons. I think you know what? I think he gave that game away because they blame Shanahan for that Super Bowl and the play calling. So he probably gave that game to the Falcons or whatever. But
as a payback. Since he feels guilty?
As a payback, right. But listen, just stop being cute, man. Run the ball. He has the hot hand,
And I don't understand why you starting the game with Coleman. He's decent. But Mostert, you start off with Mostert. You get the ball going, you get the ball running, and then you start doing the play action fakes. And so, to me, look, I have no college degree. I didn't play football, but I have common sense. That's what you do. He's so smart, he's done.
True.
I don't know if you see the same thing I see.
No, I did.
It's
As I
obvious.
said, I don't know why Coleman was out there for all the plays he was. And Kyle insisted on it. He busted one run. Okay, good. But Mostert is the man. That's the way it is now. He is the man. Whether or not it's appreciated or not.
And I understand if you want to switch it up to give him a breather or this, that, and the other, but go with the hot hand. Go where you can rotate your Mostert and you go rotate your breather. But Mostert's fast. He has blazing speed. You let the man get some rhythm, let him run the ball, and then you start doing your play action. I don't understand.
He's got moves too.
The big downfall from New Orleans to the Falcons. I kind of figured it would be that way, but you know what? If we end up being the fifth seed, because I feel like that the Niners play better on the road. That's just me personally. I feel like they play better on the road than at home. But we'll see. And if you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's, if you look at his numbers, he's played better on the road. And I don't know if anybody else has seen that. I think we're road warriors.
Yeah, but you know that's Garoppolo's struggles have been through just coming back off that injury. A lot of people are ignoring that, but he's starting to get better and better, and that's who he really is. Now, yesterday's game was strange all the way around. It was just him and George Kittle playing catch, and I think Kyle was calling them plays. Anyway, you know what though, Felix, can you get back in here Friday because we're out of time, and
okay.
And see what happens there, because I'm enjoying this Hawks news. But I'm gonna see you Friday. All right, fam.
Okay.
All right.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Okay.
Yeah, good to hear from Felix again. Yeah, back there. This is funny stuff. A day after returning to Seattle, Pete Carroll gave updates on Wagner and Diggs, as well as several Seahawks who missed the game with injuries and are hoping to get back this week. So some of these guys will be back in Seattle. And we'll see. Hey, Warren.
What's going on?
Oh, Warren, you know, man, we sit up here talking about what happened in that game, and it's just kind of figure out time, because we know the 49ers can play way better than what they did yesterday. Kyle out there playing the vanilla offense. The defense, I don't know what they were doing most of the time. Apparently, Warren, Sherman means more to our secondary than anybody actually knew. So, you know, Kowalski T. We'll see what happens, though, when they all get back. I don't believe they're going to be back.
Man, what I think, Ronbo, man, we didn't play 49 football yesterday, man.
Thank you.
Straight up.
That's it.
If we played 49 football yesterday, we would have won one, hands down. But we didn't play 49 football. We deserved to lose, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Probably a wake-up call. That's in the sky, something like that.
Well, I hope they're woke. Yeah, because
probably wake a demon up, you know, up their soul or something. You know what I'm saying? But we did not play 49 football yesterday.
And you know,
we all know what 49 football look like.
Yeah, at least it used to. You know, Warren. No, the secondary wasn't. They covered sometimes.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, they covered sometimes.
The secondary wasn't bad.
Yeah, but when they didn't cover, I noticed is Matty's out there throwing the ball and had time to throw the ball under no pressure, probably 30 or 40% of that game. The 49ers, that defense is so good, that front line is so good. They did pressure him most of the time. They weren't sacking him, but they pressured him. There was times when there weren't no pressure, and we were sitting there, Matty Ice was sitting there waiting for somebody to break free. We've not seen that all year. I said, whoa.
Yeah, they you know what I'm saying, they up there snaps up, you know what I'm saying, a lot of injuries up front.
Yeah, they ain't got no rest. Yeah.
No rest, you know. But you know, I think if before DeFord come back, hope he could stay in the lineup, might bring some pressure off.
Yeah, D.
And hope we get oh boy Suggs.
No. He went to the Chiefs called him.
Oh man, I would hope we get Suggs.
I know he would have helped.
About it. Yeah.
Because we ain't got no rotation.
About not beating the line.
Yeah, Eric Armstead can't play the edge. Yeah.
It would help us a whole lot.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. You know what? The 49ers might be able to still win without him. But if he comes back in the playoffs, Warren, I don't believe D Ford can explode off that leg. Even if he comes back for the playoffs, that's 1, 2, 3. That's a whole month, provided they win the division. If he comes back and that leg snaps immediately, just take him to the hospital, check him in, get that procedure done now, please, so you can be ready for OTAs. Stop fool. I wish he was in the hospital now. D Ford is done. God.
yeah.
It'll work itself out. But we got to have Sherman in the secondary. You know, here's the thing, Warren. If that secondary is covering a little better, the frontline defense will be fine. They've got to cover, though. Matty Ice had too many plays to throw. He threw to he got rid of that ball quick because he could. And normally that's not the case. So we need to get K1 back. Yeah, you got to get K1. You got to get Rich back. You know, you got to have those two guys are very
I'm trying to
important.
figure out I'm trying to figure out why if they're going to studio just about every play.
He was open.
I know double team.
He was open.
No adjustment.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they were doing the best they could. You know, people are going to start yelling at the coaches, but I think they did. I think the guys that are out there were doing the best they could do. I don't. Maybe Mosley. I think Mosley might be better in coverage, one man on man, than Spoon. I got to look at that game again. I don't know why he was running loose all the time. It's strange.
I know they were going. I know you were doing crossing routes. You know.
Right, over and over. Warren, I've played secondary before. If you know the pattern of a receiver, you can almost jump to his moves before he does. If you see Julio doing them crossing routes over and over, I'm going to a position, I'm going to wait on his ass. Okay, we'll see what happens next time.
Especially when he was in the flat.
Yeah,
he was doing crossing routes.
Okay, it's okay. We'll be okay. When we out of time, let me see if Friday had that score ready. What's going to happen this weekend? All right.
Hope we play a whole lot better, though.
I hope so too.
We played horrible yesterday. So shout out to the 49 Empire, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Hold your heads up. We're going to get this victory. And see how Hawks y'all doing.
Got to get it done. All right, Warren. Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night. Warren down in Louisiana. Robbie. Come on in, Robbie.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Robbie, sit back here licking our wounds and complaining. We're 11-3 and we're complaining. Boy, think about that, the funnier it is. But we can get used to that because I don't think this team's going to lose. The worst will probably be in the years to come and be 10-6. This team is built now that he's going to slow him down his injuries. But what do you think, Robbie, about yesterday's game?
I know everybody's mad and upset, but...
Robbie, can you get into your... Are you on a speakerphone? If you are, come to the mouthpiece because we can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better?
That's a little better. Okay, go ahead.
I was saying that I don't think it's... everybody's getting upset about yesterday, but I don't think it's as bad as people think. It's one game, and, I mean, the Falcons aren't like the Dolphins, so...
Yeah, I know. You got to be pretty bad to be as bad as the Dolphins. and the Cowboys. Cowboys got lucky yesterday and got straight. And the Eagles. These are all very strangely bad teams. But, yeah, Atlanta's better.
Yeah, I think the Rams, they're not – even though they beat the Seahawks, I don't think they look great. Because, I mean, Goff threw back-to-back picks to the same guy in that game. So.
Maybe they did that on purpose. We don't want to go any further in this. We just lose and go on and get ready for next year. God. I'm sorry, Robbie.
I do
Go
not.
ahead.
I do not want to have to play Seattle in the playoffs. That's not a good idea.
Yes, it is. Robbie, listen, you know what? The days that you're worried about are gone. Jim Harbaugh and all his crew, that does not exist anymore. That mystique, the 49ers are the better team, personnel-wise, coaching-wise. It is no longer guaranteed going into the clink to lose to the Hawks. So I'll play them in a heartbeat with no problem. I don't want to play the Saints anymore in their house. But if you could go into New Orleans and do that, you can go into the clink all day long and do the same thing, and probably a little easier.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, you'll see this come in 2 weeks. But anyway.
I think it should be flexed to Sunday night, right?
You know what? I can see that. If we find that out tomorrow, we'll know the conspiracy. The fix was in. And the 49ers got paid off to play vanilla offense, and don't make it look too fake, but just go out there, guys, and just sort of play your B game. And if they can win, they win. If they don't, all good, better. Because there's lots of money riding ahead, guys, on a lot of different things. Really? How much? I'm talking putting $1 million in everybody's pocket. What? Okay. You got it. You got it, Jed. Jed, you in on this too? Shh. Don't tell anybody I told you that, Robbie. I'll deny it. Because, Robbie, we never see the 49ers have not looked that weak all year. I don't care if there was a second string. Kyle wasn't trying to beat that team offensively. He wasn't. He wouldn't throw the ball around the field. He did not try to confuse the defense. It was just Jimmy and George playing catch all day.
Yep, that's what it looked like.
God. I could be wrong. I just don't get it. I do not see him playing 100% effort on that game. We'll see what happens next 2 weeks. If the 49ers come out blazing next week and just ruin the Rams, because Rams have no incentive. They may not be serious next week. But we need to go in and play in a raw. If we blow the Hawks off the field in the first half, then you'll know something was definitely up.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see. All right, Robbie. Hey, Robbie, what else?
Not much. Just I'm gonna have to deal with that the Falcons beat us for the rest of the year until next year.
You sound so depressed about it. It's gonna be okay, Robbie. They'll make up for it. We can still win the division, which most likely will.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, we'll be fired up and we'll come out and destroy the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah, I got a feeling they will be. The 49ers they got to be. They rested this week anyway, so they should be fine for Saturday. All right, Robbie. I'll see you this weekend if you get some time, and we can talk about scores. Okay.
All right, see you then.
All right, fam. And by the way, Wait, are you leading the parade against Robert Saleh? By the way, Robert Saleh did not get fired from the Seahawks. He just wanted to get a better job because Fred Quinn left, or Dan Quinn. Hey, Dancing with Nintendo Stars, are Rams a challenge the second time around? You know what? You're right. But the point is now the 49ers have to be serious. They can't afford to kick back and relax. Guys, sitting up in practice. Are we going to run any more reps today? Why, Coach? It's just the Rams. Hey, we got 2 games we have to win, guys. Let's go. All right, if that's the case, don't let me find that out. Anyway, hey, Jerry.
What's up, Ronbo? Found.
Jay, in here complaining. 11-3, and I'm complaining.
Don't worry, I got complaints too.
Yeah, well, go ahead. It's all yours. You want an installment?
But yeah, please.
Yes. Monday Night Raw. We have another time a testimony that needs to be heard. Let me holler at you. And Jay, if you're on a speakerphone, don't do that. Let me get you to that mouthpiece because I can't hear you very well.
All right, hold on. Let me get you. Know I'm out here driving this big rig.
Oh, that's right. Jay don't have no accident. Okay, all right. Go ahead. I just want to say, give me a little volume if you can.
I'm a true professional in my game. Unlike these 49ers and these faithful fans. Come on. Number one, I want to talk about is this conspiracy shit. They've been talked about 2 weeks ago flexing this Seattle game in the primetime Sunday night. So stop that conspiracy shit. Ain't no conspiracy shit. We just came out. They wanted them more. They whipped our ass. Point blank. Every team come out and get their ass whipped at some time.
That's
if we're not focused and not hungry.
Yeah, we wasn't.
You know what I mean? And these coaching staffs, they wasn't hungry for this game either. You know, Kyle just had his 40th birthday. He came in with this bullshit. He was living up into the George Kittle hype off of the Saints last play. He ain't really schemed. He did the same shit when we beat Carolina. We came out with all this razzle-dazzle, all these new plays against Carolina, and we didn't see it again until we played the Saints. Same shit.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
You know what I mean? And no more excuses about, this is a trap. I mean, man, they just came out there and they played flat. And stop talking about, like, all our backups, like every player on our team superstars. They not. They backups for a reason.
That's true.
And they were the same backups who was starting when we went 4-12 last year.
That's true.
Until we got these new players and got Richard Sherman and them healthy. And, now we came out balling. And Bosa the only one on that D-line who doing any noise. Other than that, we need our DNs back. You know what I mean? We need Ford, Blair.
Yeah.
You know, without them, because they getting too much time on the field, so they going out.
Yeah.
So, Armstead and them, they was used to getting plays off here and there, so they was fresh. So, that's in the beginning of the season.
That's true. Ain't no backups. Yeah.
Exactly. Look at every week. Every week, our pass rush is going down every week. We had one interception in 4 weeks. Come on, man.
And sacks have become
down.
slimmer and slimmer. Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I'm saying. It's about our depth that we had up front. It wasn't that we had 5 superstars. I'm looking at the game like, man, I wish I had another Bosa on the other side. And
DJ Jones went down. That just did it, you know? Because, I mean, it's getting rough. Really rough in rotation.
We got the 3 starters out in the secondary, you know, and that proves the difference. You know what I mean? And them 3 starters out, we got our backups in. They back us for a reason. They was the same people that was starting last year when we was 4-12. So stop hyping everybody up. I know we got a good solid team, but we don't need to hype everybody up. And we can lose to the Rams, we can lose to the Seahawks. We can lose to Dallas. If we play like that, we can lose to Dallas in a wild card. Sleeping on Dallas? Come on, man. They talented.
If they play like they did yesterday, Jay, they lose to everybody. That's why it's hard to imagine them playing. But you know what? Your point about no rotation for that defensive front is very worrisome. They got to have somebody to back them up, give them some rest.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And we miss Richard Sherman because Richard Sherman would have been out there cussing everybody out on that defense out.
That's true.
He wouldn't have been having none of him. Nah, go ahead, Ronbo.
And Julio wouldn't have been having as much fun as he was having. Julio was having just way too good a time. If there's one thing about Sherman, he knows a route before it's even ran. You know, so this is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Robert Silas, they talking about this man being a head coach. Come on, man. The great defensive coordinators, they know how to adjust their defense. And he ain't doing that. He just going, you know, he laying on his morals. You know, double team, take Julio out the whole game.
Yeah, that could have been.
Whole offense.
He trusts his players too much. There is a time when you can trust them, give them all the love you want to, but when you need to change something, go ahead and change it and let them get mad if they have to, but do it. Right. You know, I agree with that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because we trying to win a Super Bowl. We ain't all that other BS. You win a Super Bowl, you'll get your head coaching job.
There you go. Fam, hey, Jay, good stuff, and you brought everybody. That's a really good perspective. I tell you what, I'm going to look for you Friday if you get a chance, and if you have time. All right?
All righty. You know I'm here. Let me call us out, because I'm still faithful.
There you go. Yeah. Good God, Jay. Drive carefully, fam. I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Have a blessed night.
You too. Yeah. Jay's right. You know, we really can't expect to have the same impact as all the first stringers. That's why the first stringers are the first stringers. You know, Marcel Harris did have a good game yesterday. I ain't mad at him. DJ Reed, I need K1 back as soon as possible. Paging K1 Williams. K1 Williams, please report to the San Francisco 49ers front desk, please. K1 Williams. God. Hey, a dollar bill, Will.
Ronbo. Hey,
Yo.
question. I got a question.
All right.
Who was that caller's last night? Who was that caller? That last caller? What was his name?
Jay?
Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
I want to give a shout out to Jay. Best call of the night, man. You're absolutely right. He told the real.
Yeah.
He told the real. Y'all got these shades on talking about these dance conspiracies and shit like 4 hours fucking government or somebody. Let me tell y'all something,
man. I like that. Oh, God.
Hey, look. The 49ers offense just didn't execute. You got Matt Breida out there fumbling twice. You got George Kittle fumbling the ball when he's trying to switch the ball into his other hand. You got receivers not getting open. You got the line. You got the guys coming through the O-line, getting Jimmy G and all that type of crap. They didn't execute at all, man. That was just pure poor execution on the offensive side of the ball. It was.
Hey, but Will, explain why in the world it was nothing but catch between Jimmy and George. Was Debo not open all night? Was Sanders not open all night? I do not understand that offense. And Kyle, will you sit TC down or run him out of the backfield and let him catch passes? Let Mostert win this game.
I've been saying Coleman he's not producing right now. He's not doing nothing right now. You put the hot hand in, and that's Mostert. Raheem must start. You put him in there, man. You keep him in the game. Breida, you keep Mostert and Breida in there. But I'm shocked that Breida fumbled one time.
Twice.
He got the ball again.
He fumbled one out of bounds.
The ball out of the goal line. That ain't Matt Breida. Matt Breida don't do that type of stuff. And then you got George Kittle, who, if he wouldn't have fumbled that ball, that would have been the first down. We would have continued to run the clock. Game over. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. We know we all love George Kittle, but let's not play politics. When George Kittle messed up, you gotta say he messed up. And he messed up on that. He fumbled that ball, man.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody knocked it out.
He said he did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it was just poor execution. I think Kyle Shanahan could have opened up the playbook just a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to. I guess it's almost the end of the season. He kind of kept the Manila because he want all the guys to come out the game healthy. Because we already don't need no more injured players coming up. Coming up.
Oh Lord! Wait! Time out. Oh, Looney Rizzle says Jerry Rice, Seahawks legend. Looney, I need to ban him. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Asshole.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead. That just hit me like a brick. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, man. But that's what I think, man. It was just poor execution from the offense, man. They just didn't come out to play. They didn't come out to play.
Didn't look
and then
like
on the defense side of the ball, Robert Saleh. I got a question, man. Why the hell you didn't adjust? You got Calvin Ridley out for the season. Muhammad Sanu is in New England, ain't doing shit his damn self over there. Only person you got out there wide receiver court is Julio Jones.
And everybody else could have covered one-on-one, right? Yes.
It was a Julio Jones show all game yesterday. And what did you do after the half? Not a effing thing. You got the Atlanta Falcons coming out of the second half doubling George Kittle. But you, on the other hand, coming out of the second half, ain't got nobody doubling Julio. If we was out there and doubling Julio, who the hell Matt Ryan was going to throw to? And let me get on the defensive line.
Ain't no way in hell you let a 6.0 or 7.0 in the 40 type quarterback such as Matt Ryan, who runs 0.5 miles per hour, run out the damn pocket. He had
27
about
yards.
45 yards coming out the
He,
game.
he ran for
Ronbo.
27.
27. That's worse.
That's
That's
crazy.
bad. He's bad all the way around.
He's out there.
27 yards. We
don't
was
get
getting
it.
to him, but we wasn't finished. You don't let a guy like that get out the pocket. That man is slow as molasses.
I know. Him and Tom Brady in a relay race wouldn't beat snails. Well, we out of time. Well, let me see you Friday, Will, and have that score ready. I can't wait to read some more reports from the 49ers this week. And everybody's taking a shot at Robert Saleh. I want to see Robert Saleh in his presser. I think his press conference comes up tomorrow. I want to hear what he says because they're going to ask him about that.
It was common sense, man. It was
Yeah,
common sense. It was
I know.
sense.
I want to see what he
did it, but Atlanta did it, but we didn't do it.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'll tell
why.
you right now.
That's why I want to know
the
what.
playoffs start right now, Ronbo. The playoffs start right now.
That's right.
It starts right now.
That's why I want to know what did he have to say about that. We got to go. Go ahead, do your sign out, babe.
Shout out to the 49 Empire, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner, Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, Jerry Fresh, Real 49 here. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Sewell, Coach Tim, Sheik, all them guys, man. F the Rams, El Rudy, till out Super Bowl, and only scored 3 points. Got 55 points put on by the Bucks, so we beat 31-17. LA Rams got Jalen Ramsey for nothing. The San Francisco 49 beat the Rams 20-7. Gonna whoop their ass again. I don't give a damn if Todd Gurley in the game this coming Saturday. I don't give a damn. We're still gonna whoop their ass. And I'm gonna go get my score now, 27-10, and the Rams are broke. All right, Ronbo.
Right, well, I'll talk to you later then. Oh, God. All right, and let me roll over. Hey, Big Joe. Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Dun, 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 boom, boom. Hey, Joe, I heard you. Hey, Joe, where you at, man? Going with that gun. Yellow. Big Joe. All right. All right, Joe, we got to come back to you, right?
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, there he is. Hey, Joe. Fam.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, we sitting up here going over the game, and everybody's had some good points. The conspiracy theories have been shot down by Jay rolling down the highway in his big rig. Others of us, and I'm in the camp where I still wonder if the mob is not tampering with things. And but Joe, neither here nor there. We want to know what you feel and grade the offense and the defense. And if you have an explanation, please give it to us. We're all wondering what the hell happened.
All right, well, let's start this off right. Shout out to the Empire.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
And shout out to all the 49ers faithful and everybody all over the world that's 49ers fans. I'm giving this game a F, hands down.
Well, yes. Well,
first of all, we shouldn't. I'm gonna blame myself too a little bit of this because I can imagine the high that we was all on from the New Orleans Saints game, and I had a feeling it was gonna carry into this game. But you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Where is DeForest Buckner?
See, Joe. Go ahead. I'm trying not to say nothing about it because, people gonna get mad. Where is DeForest Buckner?
No. See, you're going to get some of this Philly anger over here. Okay? You're going to get a little bit of this Philly anger. All right? Because, first of all, the caller called in and said the Eagles are not making the playoffs. Let's get that situated right now. The Eagles are trash.
Yeah.
Okay? The Cowboys are going to beat them. They're going to destroy them. All right? But I'm not even on them right now. First of all, the offensive line looks horrible on both edges. Staley is getting beat every time. McGlinchey, he's doing okay, but Staley and the other guy, what's his name, Thomason?
Yeah, Thomason.
They was rushing inside the whole time, the whole game. And the defensive line, besides Bosa, where is DeForest Buckner? I want to know. Can somebody I got an APP out for DeForest Buckner. I have an APP out for DeForest Buckner. He is not playing up to his standards. He should be in that backfield. Nobody can stick him one-on-one. That's why we got all that whole line to get in there so he can't get doubled no more. You mean to tell me you go from having 12 sacks when you was getting doubled and triple teamed to not doing anything now?
Right.
I don't believe it.
I don't get it.
I don't
I mean,
believe it.
unless Eric
The
Armstead is
offense
beating
made
him to the punch, I don't. What? Where you at, Defoe?
I don't. Where are you at now? The receivers. You mean to tell me George Kittle is the only one that we just gonna wear him out? We gonna wear him out before the playoffs? Come on now,
Exactly.
receivers got to get open.
You know, I agree.
The receivers got to get open, and you make no in-game adjustments. Kyle Shanahan or our defensive coordinator, you make no in-game adjustments. So I mean, we all angry today, as we should be. This is the only loss that I'm really pissed off about. I couldn't even sleep last night.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't even sleep last night.
I was up watching for hours after 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up
I
walking
said,
around.
what are they doing? What are they doing? Okay, we competed against not Green Bay, Seattle. We lost the game. We competed against the Ravens game, which I was at in the rain. Bad play calling at the end. Why are you passing the ball? Run the ball. And then yesterday you got a 4th and 1, and you want to kick a field goal? And go for the daggone 4th and 1. Get the game over with.
Most of they go lose
the
the
game
one.
over with.
Yes.
No. And quarterback sneak. Look, we're going to have to just calm down because now I know it was a trap game.
Yeah.
You know it was a trap game. We could feel that. We knew it. We didn't want to say it because we're such diehard fans, but we knew it was a trap game. Now, the Rams I'm not worried about. Seattle, of course, because it's up there. But we got to handle business. We need to make a statement this Saturday. Statement game time. And every time I call in here, I'm angry. This is getting on my nerves.
you know. But even if we win,
I was right about.
We're still like, what were they doing? We got away with one that time.
Exactly. Like the defense has been giving up 10 touchdowns the last 3 games, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're giving up. We're giving it up now.
We're giving up too many touchdowns. But I know you gotta go, Ronbo. But enjoy your show like no, brother. San Fran, we gotta get it together. Let's have a cup of tea, Coke and a smile tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be bringing it back in, but we got to make a statement because it's no more playing game going on. So have a blessed one, man.
Thanks, fam. They're gonna get Street up to speed. He didn't show me nothing yesterday, but he's coming in. He's getting his legs on him. Next, look out for Street this weekend. All right, fam. See you Friday.
All right, take it easy.
All right. Night, Joe. Jesus.
Yo, what's up, my guy?
Jesus, man, I wish I knew. I don't. You know, we're having trouble dealing with this loss. We've gotten too used to winning. So every loss, we're picking it apart. We're coming up with theories, and we're blaming all the coaching staff that has won 11 games. And it's just. But what are you thinking? Hey, Jesus,
I'm thinking that
you got that speaker on in the background. Jesus, can you mute that speaker in the back? No, you got some noise going on from behind you. It's coming into your mouth.
Hey, can you mute the TV real quick? Please. Hey, can you hear me better, though?
It's a little better. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's great. Now, no sound. Great.
First things first. Yeah, first things first, I want to give a shout-out to Shark Attack, my boy Zeus Gonzalez, and my boy Josh One.
Yeah. All right.
But what I was thinking about this loss is that we went in there with too much confidence thinking that the Atlanta Falcons wasn't going to go in there and play their game.
I bet you're right.
Yeah, I don't know why the Falcons are playing so late this season, They keep their head coach's job, But,
Dan Quinn,
hey,
I know.
Is a loss. A loss is a loss. We got to take, we got to take this loss. And maybe this is a wake-up call for us to play better, to play better defense, to play better offense. Our defense has kept us winning, has kept us in the game all year round. Jimmy Garoppolo, he balled out against the Saints. He balled out against the Cardinals, but Jimmy Garoppolo needs to pass the ball more to Sanders and give the ball more to Kittle. I don't know why we don't run the ball like the way how we used to. That's the reason why we were undefeated at the beginning portion of the season.
True. You want to eventually get a balanced attack, which is what they had against the Saints. But, yesterday's game, they ran some, and Kyle kept trying to see who was hot. And then after Mostert's hot, he doesn't want to stay with him. Bring Matty Ice in. Oh, fumbles the ball. Oh, Kyle. Matty B in. Oh, fumbles the ball. Oh, so see, Kyle is just... Both coaches were really nice to the guys, and people are attacking Robert Saleh. But I tell you, Saleh is saying, "I trust you guys. We're not changing the scheme. Everybody go out there. He's trying to build their confidence. I know what he's trying to do. But damn it, Salah, double Julio. It's no shame in that. So,
Julio Jones is a great receiver. I'm not gonna lie, even though the Falcons' record doesn't speak for itself, but I'm not gonna lie, Julio Jones is the number one receiver in the league. I think he's the best receiver in the league. We don't got Richard Sherman. That's not an excuse. I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything like that. But we need to play better coverage football instead of just.
It's hurting the front line D.
Just trying to keep on.
Yeah.
It is, and it caused us to lose forward. It caused us to lose Blair, and it caused us to lose our D tackle, DJ Reed.
DJ Reed, yeah. Or Jones.
Yeah. But honestly, I think that we just need to go back to ground and pound. I don't know why you didn't have Molster be our starting running back and then into Coleman, into Breda. If Breda's coming off an injury.
He wants to get Breda ready for the playoffs. And it's a good idea. But Matty B, he just, I want to see him run some more. Yesterday, I guess he just wasn't ready. Okay? So, Mostert should be the guy, and the other guys, bring them all along slowly. Let TC come out of the backfield and start taking passes. Kyle, that's what he's so good at. That's what he was good at in Atlanta. Oh, stop running in between the tackles. Breathe.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
And plus, we got to get ready for Seattle. That might be the outcome of the season. Who's going to have the number 1 seed or number 2 seed?
Unless we lose against the Rams. True.
We were able to afford one more loss. But to the Falcons. To the Falcons, really. Out of all the fucking teams, I'm sorry about my language. Out of all the teams that we lost, we had to beat to the Falcons. I don't understand that. We're able to smash the Packers. We're able to beat the the Saints, but we end up losing to the Falcons.
Scoring 50 points against the Saints. 50. 48 points. Can't score 25 points against the Atlanta Falcons defense. Fam, hey, Jesus, get back here this weekend. We can talk more about this. We'll see what develops between now and then, all right?
All right, man.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Jesus. Hey, and all your homies too. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Call on in here. Hey, Jesus, I'll talk to you later, fam.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You too. See, and the more you repeat these things to yourself, the more crazy you make yourself, too. Hey, Stevie, go ahead, man. Stevie.
Ronbo.
Stevie, man, I'm glad you called because, you always got a sensible perspective on these things. What's up, man?
Well, first off, the biggest injury of the year, it didn't come from D4. It came from Ronald Blair.
Probably.
D4 wasn't getting that many snaps already to begin with before the injury. But when Ronald Blair is nope, not at all. But the same thing with DeMontre Moore. DeMontre Moore is a better pass rusher than Fala Walker. Fala Walker is not doing anything.
I know.
He is unnoticed. He plays a lot. Exactly. Same thing with Solomon Thomas, a wasted pick.
Oh,
nothing. We're getting nothing out of that.
Oh,
not even on the interior, not even on the defensive interior. He's known like Ronbo. I know everybody. I was getting on Robert Saleh about the defense on that, but he actually played the right defense on the last play of the game. If you notice, because I had to watch the game, they were playing bracket coverage. 2 people were covered. You had the receiver, Julio was double covered, and another receiver was double covered. But it's Marcel Harris is what's messing it up for us. Even in the beginning of that drive, when Julio caught that slant to get them inside the 20-yard line, when they drove it down, he's not playing his coverage
provided
right.
The space. Exactly.
He provided the space and missed the tackle. That's another part. He missed the tackle. So that's what, and then Julio broke. Same thing happened with Jared Cook last week, except for instead of a tight end, it's Julio. So on the goal line stands, everything was actually covered right. So if Julio would have go to the outside, he would have been contained by Emmanuel Mosley. And then if he would have went in the inside like he did, because they knew what the play was, because they called it out. You see, if you go on the replay, you see him come in motion. They do a sign. It's the bracket sign. So Marcel was supposed to come inside more. but he stayed behind the linebacker instead of getting to the inside, and he got caught in the pick play by the tight end. Therefore,
And the
leaving Julio
Falcons
open.
knew
And
it. The OC knew it too. They knew that was the soft spot. Yes.
And we knew that too, though. But that's the thing. We knew that. But it's his fault for staying on top of the linebacker instead of going inside. So that play would never happen. That's why we need Tart, because Tart has a football sense of IQ that's smarter than Marcel Harrison right now. And he plays better and tackles better. So that's a main key component, because that game should never happen how it did, Rumble. Let's just be clear with it. Like I know everybody keeps saying that
The 49ers was laying back, and they wasn't relaxing. They didn't intend to lose that game.
And I feel like because they were so beat up with the 3 games, but that makes no excuse though. Y'all are NFL players, and y'all getting paid millions to do your job, and everybody knows. So say if the Rams would have won and we lost, we still not in the playoffs.
I know.
So therefore, they had to play it, because even if they did know the score about the Rams and the Cowboys, it doesn't matter. You play for your pride, and I don't feel like the players were just really laying down, because when they thought they won the game, or when we thought we won the game, they were actually all jumping around, happy and everything. But so that let me know, okay, they actually did care. You know you're gonna win. You just, all right, and just walk away. But everybody was excited, so I know they meant that. Well, maybe the coaching staff, they have to do a better job, because Akello is not a man corner. He can't play man.
No, I said don't put him.
They don't put him in man.
Mosley does a better
job. He's a
job.
vertical zone corner. Exactly, and I feel like, and I was getting on Mosley, but Mosley, it's hard. It's hard for me to be mad at Mosley, because Julio does that to Pro Bowl corners. He makes them look stupid. So to make and Mosley did a good job for the most part. That's Julio Jones. People tend to forget that. Even if they didn't have Calvin Ridley, it's Julio Jones, and we don't have Sherman out there. We don't have Kwan Williams out there. We don't have Tart out there. So that's why I wasn't really saying, everybody saying 35-17 was going to win. I feel like we were going to win, but by closer than that, because they know Kyle Shanahan inside and out. That team, that whole entire team is basically still there. That was there for the Super Bowl. So they know everything he's going to do. You don't think Matt Ryan knew? Remember when they had a commercial? I mean, it was a commercial of him saying the cadences and all the snaps and everything, while Kyle just said one word and he read it. You don't think he's going to do the same thing? That's why Kyle's probably put in the pickle of saying, okay, what can I do? Because he knows what I'm going to do when somebody knows my offense.
That explains too, Stevie. That explains why he went vanilla most of the time.
You have to, because Dan Quinn knows you inside and out, and that's the only coach in the NFL that would know him inside and out. Your most success came from the Falcons. You don't think they're going to know what's going on?
And it looked
like
it
too.
too.
I feel like that.
Stevie,
exactly.
Steve, we got to get together for a one-on-one, fam. I mean, we got to go now. I'm going to tell you, when you get a chance, get back in here Friday. All right?
I got you.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right.
Yes, Stevie, as usual, he's absolutely right. Everything he said, absolutely right. We went from Stevie to Big Steve. Big Steve, is that you?
What's up, Ronbo?
Steve, I don't know what to think anymore. I mean, I had my own thinking about the game, but it was irrational. And now that I've talked to everybody here today, my mindset is shifting now. Big Steve, judge what happened yesterday, offense and defense. Stevie just pointed out something I wasn't aware of. The 49ers actually were in the right position for that final play of the game. There's a lot of blame being given to Robert Saleh, but maybe that's misplaced blame. You need to go watch the game. But Big Steve, what are you thinking?
I think they threw the game, man. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Dude, how are you going to go from putting almost 50 points up on New Orleans?
I don't really. I swear, I thought the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense, Steve, is the fact that Dan Quinn, he knows what Kyle Shanahan's work. He knows what he's cooking. He was with him long enough to know. I'm thinking, though, Kyle has changed a lot of things probably since he left Atlanta, but maybe the patterns are the same. I don't get it. Steve? Did we lose Steve? Big Steve, did you? Steve? I guess we lost him. All right. Let's get. I guess we got to go to Shalio. Man, I don't want to think about this game. I don't know what to think. You know what I think I'm struggling with? I'm struggling with the fact that the 49ers lost that game. How come? And were they actually weak? Ellis, let's go, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis, what's up? Ellis.
Man.
Yesterday, Ellis, we was just talking about out of mad. Today, Ellis, we're trying to break it down, offense and defense, and where was the weakest links. And Stevie just pointed out, it may have been Marcel Harris.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. Marcel Harris is good for coming and laying the hit on somebody, which is only one aspect really of
that position.
You can hit people. I mean, I played football, many years of my life, and I mean different positions. But I ended up playing quarterback, finishing my career through when I was playing. But I'm saying that but hitting is just one aspect. You have to be able to tackle. You have to be able to complete and stop, the defenders. You got to know how to read coverage. I didn't play corner. I played more offensively, and I played some linebacker. But you got to be able to, do everything. And if you can't, I feel like, I know these guys want to get their burn and things like that and whatnot, but it's like, hey, man, coach, I don't want to compromise the team. Can we shift somebody in over here and put me over there? Or, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But Ellis, that would be admitting incompetence. See, because the thing is, Marcel, somebody told Colin and said they knew Marcel back at school. Said Marcel ain't never been able to cover. And when he said that, I said, yeah, but the coaching staff is going to get him up to speed. Ellis, they ain't going to get him up to speed. Lord have mercy, bring Kwaski T back. I like him to come in, play special teams, and if he has a spell, Kwaski, if he gets tired. But don't put him out there all the time. He needs more training or something. Oh.
Yeah, what about that brother earlier was talking about letting, what was it, DJ? Yeah. Well, yeah, What the hell happened to Antoine Exum? I thought that was 2-3 games ago we talked about him coming up, and I was saying I was excited to hear that he was coming.
I want him back.
That they brought him back on.
I want him back out there. I don't know, but he needs to be back out there this weekend. Maybe they think he's not in shape right now. He just came back, 2-3 weeks ago. I need Exum's got better instincts. You need Ellis. You need instincts. The coach can't hold your hand and run you through every play. You need to be able to think fast on your feet. Oh, Ellis, Marcel.
Absolutely. And then DJ Reed, they keep putting all these good guys, on the special teams, and they don't let them see any other. These guys are, they have a multitude. They're multifaceted, a lot of them. So you gotta let them, let them shine, man, and get in there. If somebody else can't do it, rotate them. Hey, he's not getting it done. Let's try out such and such. I know it's kind of, yeah. And DJ Reed, obviously, he has experience, so let's let him get some burn. He's played in the secondary as well, and see if he might be a better fit than Marcel Harris. Don't just keep letting him, continue to get burned in both coverages.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because then we're being affected, and before we know it, we're playing catch-up.
True. Reed is too light in the pants, though. What would have been ideal? It might have been risky, but Tavares Moore has enough speed and size to somewhat combat Julio as a safety. Move J-Dub into that slot position. I was not happy with what I seen. Dub would have read some of that stuff coming across that middle, and he would have reacted. K1 was hurt.
Yeah.
We was all back. Okay. Then we lost. The game's over. It's too late. But that's
Yeah, I'm highly disappointed. They let one guy, and this is the thing. While we've been sitting here, if you think about it, we've been complaining about not having a receiving core. The Atlanta Falcons just torched us with one receiver. They used one receiver, Julio Jones, the whole damn game, pretty much. They tried to hit the tight end, or they got him. Maybe he got 2 balls or whatever. But it was Julio Jones basically 95% of the game, and we have all of these receivers yet we had no production. We had nothing to show for it yesterday. You know, and I just I'm
it's all
disappointed,
true.
man. I don't care what nobody says. It's 11-3. I feel good with 11-3.
Yeah.
You know, however, I don't feel good with that L.
Not
I
this
don't
one.
think that was, you don't just let that kind of game bypass. Even with a vanilla offense and what have you, we're still supposed to beat up on the Falcons. Let's be real.
Know.
But it is what it is.
All right, Ellis,
It is
we got to
what
go,
it is.
fam. You know what? Friday, we
Right
may
on,
read some
champ.
things that enlighten us or encourage us between now and then. Like Quan is working out. I don't know how and why, but if we get some good news anytime soon, we thought he was gone for the season. Maybe not. But anyway, fam, I'll see you Friday. Huh?
Who, Quan Alexander?
Yeah. Check. Go to the social media and just search Quan, and you'll see it. All right, fam. I'll see you this weekend.
Oh shit! All right, champ. Talk to you on Friday. Hey,
All
shout
right.
out to Niner Empire, man. We got this.
There you
we
go.
got this. We still on top, man. But no more mistakes, man. Let's
All
go.
right. All right, Ellis. Oh, man. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil.
I think I'm over it now.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. No medications or anything needed? I had to take a
No,
whole bottle of
but
aspirin from here.
I was pissed off driving home last night from the game, in traffic and bitching and moaning at that. But I
traffic
think
doesn't
I put
help
it in
any.
perspective because you look at Atlanta. They've won 3 of the last 4 games. They beat New Orleans down in New Orleans. They beat the Carolina Panthers 40-20. Seattle barely beat the Panthers by 7 or 6. I think
And they should. Oh, I'm so tired of the.
they threw the Panthers threw 2 interceptions in their own end zone.
One was a pick 6, I think, right up against the goal line.
Yeah,
Donating points.
And still they only lost by 6. So I mean, you think about it. Atlanta was playing really good. They're playing for their coach. They were doing things, and then we were banged up. And let's face it, it was, we missed Jakarski big time in that game. We missed D Ford, especially. If he was healthy, we would have had a decent pass rush on Matt. Whatever.
Matty
and,
Ryan.
Matt Ryan. And I just think that that was when you think about it, that was a freebie for us.
Yes. The easiest game of the year.
We were going to have to beat Seattle. We were going to have to beat Seattle in Seattle anyway. That was a given. No matter whether we won these 2 games or not.
Yep.
And the other thing is, we're going to beat the Rams. We're going to beat the Rams. Look like horrible against Dallas. So
How do you look horrible against Dallas? What happened? That's strange.
I mean, it was really bad. What is it, 44-20 or something like that they lost?
Yeah, that's that. Last time I looked, it was 44. I didn't keep watching the score, but that was comical. Put a 50
let's
burger.
put it in perspective. That was a freebie. We're going to beat the Rams. It's going to come down to that Seattle game. And I tell you what, if the guys that are injured, like Diggs, and he has a real high ankle sprain, which is really bad, and if their middle linebackers out,
he says he's going to play. He says he's going to play through it. I hope
yeah,
he does.
but let's see him chase that little rabbit from Arizona next week, and see if it feels good.
If they play him this next Sunday, I'm going to laugh. You guys wasted Bobby Wagner against the Cardinals. Hawks fans, don't say nothing else to me.
Clowney hasn't played for the last 2 weeks because of that core muscle injury. So he's missed the last 2 games because of that.
Wait, who?
So I think it's worse than they say. I don't think he's coming back.
Wait, who'd you say? Who hasn't played?
Nick Bosa was out for a year for that injury. So,
Clowney. Okay.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney. He's been out for 2 weeks.
Well, I wish he.
Last
Joe
2
Stanley
games,
hopes
he
he
has not
returns.
played.
Joe probably says he wants a rematch with him anyway. So I hope he comes back Sunday, or that 2 Sundays from now.
But he does have a core muscle injury, which is what Nick Bosa had when he got at Ohio State.
Yeah,
you
got to have a surgical procedure to get that fixed. I know.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then Gordon got suspended for.
I see, Phil. Were you one of the people? I told everybody I don't want flash. And I don't want AB. Both of them are clubhouse killers. No. And look at this.
No.
AB's out
Well,
petitioning somewhere to get back in.
That Gordon, I knew Gordon was a bad match with Seattle.
How come?
They take drugs all the time. Remember the Adderall incident?
That's true. You can smoke all you want to. Was it? I didn't read the whole article. Was it smoke? Or somebody said PEDs?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it doesn't really matter.
I don't think Goodell's not
it was
amused.
just a bad
I think that
match
might
to be up there in Seattle and have a drug problem.
Worst place in the world. He must have loved going to Seattle.
And I just think that game really didn't matter. Let's just put it behind us. And Atlanta wanted it more than we did.
And they got
it. And they got it. And it's just the NFL. That shit happens. But we're going to be ready for the Rams. We're going to beat the Rams because they're broke. And,
Phil, we got to go. Now everybody's doing the will now. I love it.
Okay.
Phil, I see you this weekend.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes, indeed. Have a good night. Oh, God. And Steve, you know what? We're getting ready to close shop. Steve, we're going to see you Friday. We're not going to be able to open that pen up again. But thanks for the contribution. I know your phone died. I'm sorry, fam. We add an extra minute this weekend, okay? Oh, God. Hey, Rick.
Sir, what's good?
Ain't nothing good, Rick. You already know. Ain't nothing good. I was looking forward to be singing "Ooh La La" and ordering pizza and talking about 12-2. Look out, what you gonna do? And I'm sitting here talking about 11-3 and what the hell happened. But Rick, what are your feelings, man? Offense, defense, Marcel Harris, what? I'm gonna pick on Marcel now. Marcel.
I blame this game on coaches. I don't believe it was a lack of effort or trying from the player standpoint. But to look at, you can't go from the phenomenal game we had in
New Orleans
to this basic vanilla game that we had. And remember the game before, I said we were starting to tear down. In this game alone, I do not understand why it's time to put the Tevin Coleman show on the shelf. Let them
no argument here.
Like Dante Pettis, like Goodwin, whoever else. Our main two are Breida and Mostert. When Breida fumbled, I mean, it make it the Mostert show. Or somebody said making the must start and won that. But with this,
must start. I love
so many. Like we did so many dumb things. It's like, yes, we know we have Kittle, but in that game, for us to only utilize Sanders and Samuel and Bourne so little, it was crazy. And the thing about it, we didn't even use them up the middle. We used them on the sideline. So like the game plan was very basic, very vanilla. I don't know why it was. Was he scared of injuries or whatever the case may be? Like previous callers said before, we let one man beat us, Julio Jones. And the thing was, it wasn't because he went from the outside. They moved him to the inside, to the slot. And we just kept getting burnt over and over again, especially on the thing about it that bothered me the most. At the end of the game, with the game on the line, and they need a touchdown to win, I don't care. You should have had 5 people guarding Julio.
Everybody
guarding.
You can't put everybody, but you can put at least 3.
Right. If Hopper would have beat us, if running backs, whoever, but not Julio Jones, because you haven't been playing that well all season.
I know.
But in our game,
he has no touchdowns in the last 9 games. He got 1 yesterday. He got 2.
Look, it was just basic, idiotic play. But you know what the good thing about it is? The good thing, number one, we're in the playoffs. So, therefore, we're already in the dance. So, that's amazing. We still control our own destiny. So, we win these next 2 games. We'll still have the number 1 seed. But the biggest thing now is, one thing is we don't get to gloss over areas of weakness. Because, if we would have won the game, we would have obviously celebrated. But we could have just easily overlooked some glaring holes that we should have did. But now the magnifying glass is back on us. So guess what? Like I said before, Coleman, healthy scratch, buddy. Healthy scratch.
Well, you know what? You can use him, but don't have him running the ball. Let Tevin come out of the backfield and throw him the ball. Get him out in space.
No, I don't even want him in space no more. Ronbo, right now, it's Mustard and it's Breeder. And the thing about it is really going to be Mustard. So at this point, we have our receivers. Just make it 2 running backs and we have Juice. So that's all we need. That is all we need. At this point, make sure our offensive line, Ben Garland, make sure you're going to hold up because you're going to be tested this week. You're going to be tested against Aaron Donald.
Yes,
make sure you hold up. And this week, you know what, honestly, this is not the week to be cute. This is not the week to be cute, honestly, because this is the week to run the ball. Run the ball down their throats. You just saw the Cowboys run the ball down their throats.
Was Zeke running? How many yards did Zeke have?
He had over 100-something yards.
Oh.
Yeah, he hadn't did it pretty much for a long time.
Well, that means most
ran up and down.
Well, I put Mostert can get him. They can get it then.
Absolutely. So what we do is run the ball down the throats, eat up time in possession, keep Russell Wilson off the field, and now that they have a PED man, a.k.a. Smoking Weed Gordon, he's out indefinitely. We don't have to worry about him because all they really have is with
Tyler Lockett. Steve, Rick,
but
I
like
know.
I said before, do not run the ball down their throat.
And just keep
Seattle.
Yeah.
When we play Seattle, that's the time to air it out because their secondary is trash.
It's weak. Rick, we got to go though, fam. I'm gonna see you Friday, and no telling what's gonna happen between now and then. And Quan may be playing.
Yeah, we're gonna stay faithful. Like I said before, the destiny's in our hand. We're 11-3. We're in the playoffs. I know we're pissed off, but hey, this week still control it. Just win out. Do what we need to do. Take care of business one game at a time. We'll hope everything has to come through Santa Clara.
There you go. All right, fam. See you Friday. Oh, man. And Deshaun.
What's up, Ronbo?
Deshaun, I'm thinking about calling Levi Stadium. Say, Coach, why don't you and Marcel, even if at 11 o'clock at night, get him to understand how when you see, get them X's and O's and draw things out so he can clearly see, here's you the O, he's the X, all right? Now, when you see him make this move, you'll jump out of the zone. That's your priority one. You go with that man, all right? Let's go. All right, guys, run it. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning until he gets it. Marcel cannot continue to be the weak link. Okay, Deshaun, I know you called in for a good reason, other than to hear me complain. What is it on your mind tonight?
Ronbo, we all hurting, man. I mean, and it doesn't matter to me.
God.
Also, what Marcel Harris does, he plays low very well. So when he tackles, he lays a hammer on you. But the problem is, his up the field coverage is terrible, man.
Everybody knows that.
That's why K'Wan Williams, man, is really hurting those injuries, hurting those. But K'Wan probably would have been cutting Julio Jones. Julio Jones probably would be he'd probably get about like 2-yard catches. You see K'Wan, he'll make them tackles. But Marcel Harris is up the field, crossing route, coverage is just horrible. And he was like that last year as well.
I believe he can do it. They just got to work with him. And I don't believe they're doing it. They watch the film together, and I'm getting mad at the coach because, Coach, he can do this, but somebody's got to work with him. I do not believe he's going to make that mistake again if you work with him. So I'm getting on the secondary coach, everybody else on that one, too. Oh. Whew. Anyway.
What it is, Bobo. That's the kind of play he is. Now, Kettle Witherspoon, I see him also blowing a lot of crossing route coverage.
I mean,
I don't
every
know.
time Julio Jones, once he makes the catches, it's like Kellen Wilson when he just runs away from him. I'm like,
Or it's Deshaun. You know what's my favorite? As Akello sees him going by, Akello looks at him like, where you going? Oh, is that me? And then he's back to throwing his arms up in the air. Akello, don't do that. Deshaun, when you have somebody, if you get bit on the same dog, you're going to continue to get bit by that same dog over and over and over again. If it happens once, okay, but not 2 and 3 times.
Well, he's done it. He's done. If you go back to the Jacksonville Jaguars game 2 years ago, he did the same thing. He beat by those same old cross route coverage.
Deshaun, he improved since then, though. I don't know what's going on with him. He was looking better before he went out with his injury. I don't understand this all of a sudden. God, he's learned. I mean, is that amnesia? Okay.
Man, cover up y'all surgery takes value too. You know, it's gonna take a while for him to, get his flow back. That's all it is, man. And his injuries is really killing him. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That one veteran player is Jimmy Ward. He's the only one out there, but everybody else, they knew, like they don't know where they at. Injuries is killing them, Ronbo.
I know. Oh, and at some point we should have known you can't have all your guys going down. I mean, the next man up only works after the second man. When you get to the third man, it's getting scary. Stepping up there is a long step for him.
Because listen, the Rams still got weapons, and the Seattle still got weapons. You can't have them guys fall down like that. And it seems like every time we win, we don't have injury. When we lose, we don't have injury. But when we win, we lose 7 guys in one damn game. It's really tricky.
You know what I
now,
need?
Buckner, see what happened before Buckner. He was destroying his man, but they know okay, we want to double team him. It's pretty much all over. Eric Alston was a non-factor. I mean, it's like a lot of times he just missed a lot of sacks. I mean, he's right there.
Rick, I seen that. I seen what I seen last year. Guys are running past the quarterback. You know what, Rick? We out of time. Deshaun, we're out of time, fam. Let me see you this weekend, and we can get some scores, and maybe we'll read good things like K-Wad Williams is out of concussion protocol and good stuff like that. All right.
Yeah, real feel better then.
Yes, indeed. All right, fam. Have a good night.
Okay, Ronbo.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh, man. Yes, K-Wad Williams. Tomorrow, K-Wad Williams is out of concussion protocol. Big stars and things jumping out on the screen monitor. And Richard Sherman vows that he will play this Sunday. I said, oh, okay. Shalio.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Well, Shalio, you know by now, you can probably tell I'm not a happy man. But, I will get my happiness back this weekend. Shalio, I think they will not disappoint us this weekend with what we've seen this past weekend. But still, what are you thinking? Give me offense, defense, and all that.
Kyle Shanahan needs to make up for this game this Sunday against the Rams. I think he needs to come up with a better game plan. I think to be honest with you, I think he was trying to play around too much with his playbook this Sunday. That he didn't want. I don't know. There was something going on. It was no good play calling at all. We have a kicker that missed a simple, easy kick.
Robbie, man,
that would have been 20 points.
We need to renegotiate your contract, man.
That's not. How much did we pay him? $9 million, $8 million? That's not a $9 or $8 million kicker.
Oh,
no.
God. No, what is he doing? Should have came to camp. I wonder if he didn't came to camp. Yeah, God. It's more important than anybody knew for even a kicker.
From the beginning, I've been seeing him from the regular season. He's been The first week he was fine, and then I kind of got a little shaky. I think around
Wasn't he messing up even for the first
Washington.
week? Well, okay, everybody's blaming. Everybody's blaming the long snapper because we kept switching long snappers. Mitch Wisnowski, which he should have came in and practiced with in the preseason. Mitch is a new holder. Robbie, at least get some practice in while you're working your contract.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I think we should have kept that Chase McLaughlin kick, even though he missed the kick against the Seattle Seahawks.
He got good after that.
He was coming up against. Exactly. He got really good after that, especially that Green Bay game. He was kicking really good field goals.
Oh, man.
Because I think what happened to Robbie Gould is that $9 million is getting to his head. He needs to probably take a pay cut during the off season. Like he needs to kick all his kicks right now, but seriously, he needs to take that pay cut too. I think Jimmy needs to take a pay cut as well because this money is getting to his head. Not to his head, but it's messing with him. It gets in your nerves.
Well, I give him a pass because he was out a year recovering from an ACL. And what we're seeing from him now is probably pretty much where he should be. You know, last year, what we're seeing from Jimmy this year, he was supposed to go through all this last year. Now next year...
That's true, Ronbo.
Next year he's probably going to be awesome. But this year we got to go through the INTs and the misreads and all that stuff because it's Kyle Shanahan's system. He hasn't learned it completely until this year. So I expect good things from him next year. And he's coming along pretty good.
A major improvement. A major improvement. He's getting better, but he needs to pick it up next season. So this year's a pass, but next year he has to pick it up.
He probably will. He's picking it up now, actually.
I think Ronbo. Speaking of wide receivers, Odell wants to come here. AB wanted to come here. You know what? How about we try to pick up Julio Jones next year? Try to trade him, get him Kyle Shanahan.
Julio's on his last wheels, fam. Julio, he didn't look really like Julio yesterday. He was okay, but Julio's going to be 31, 32, something like that. I think he's about to play his last rodeo within the next 2 years. If he comes in, he's going to want a 3-year contract with major money. So he can't get that. I think we may have a Julio and Jalen Hurd for all we know. I got to let Debo develop even further. You still got Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think there's really anything generically wrong with our receiving core. What we need to do is they got system down. Next year, they take it to the next level. Odell Beckham Jr., I'll take him. But, beyond that, that's about it. You got to give up a lot if you want to get him. You got to give up the first round pick.
We just got to stay healthy, Rumbo. That's all it is. We've been dropping like flies these last couple of games. Our guys have been going down. It's good to see K1 coming back. And you know what? I say this because I don't want George Kittle. I don't want him to. I don't want him to. Different positions. I don't want him to end up like Gurley because they're using the hell out of Gurley right now for the Rams. He needs to be our special weapon.
I guarantee you I agree with that. All right, Shaleo, I'll see you this weekend, fam. We're out of time before production shoots me. I'll see you Friday.
Shout out to the Niner Empire and F the Lambs. We're going to get you. And F the Seahawks, too. And the Cowgirls. Later, Rumbo. Thanks for the platform.
Morris, come on in, man. Oh, Maurice.
Hello?
Yes, Maurice. What's up?
What's going on, Romo?
Oh, Maurice, don't ask me that, man, because I'm gonna go through the whole thing again. I'm not a happy man today. And
I've been and everything, it missed some good perspective on a lot of guys what's going on about the game, And I just think we just didn't play no good balanced game. It wasn't balanced.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. If it had been balanced, I think we would have had them where if they stole the touchdown, they still wouldn't have won.
I know. We should have been in that position anyway. The game should have been over midway through the fourth quarter, and we just, hold them off for a few minutes and go back in the locker room, take a shower, and say, glad that's over with. Let's look forward to Saturday. No.
You know what I'm saying? One thing, I thought maybe since we couldn't get no pass rush and then like that up the gap, maybe we could have shot a few blitzes, you know what I'm saying? Just to throw the rhythm off.
A little bit, yeah.
What they wanted to do, so just throw a few blitzes in there. You know what I'm saying? We already know Kyle Shanahan and the other coach, they kind of know each other, whatever, but you don't know when we're going to blitz.
Yeah.
It can look like man come shoot somebody or something. I don't know, but it's a gamble anyway, you know what I mean?
Yes. It's all right.
But it's all right. It's all right, though. I think we still look good, though.
Yeah, and even as bad as we played, the Rams lost, so we still in the playoffs.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Rams.
We got all these players hurt, you know what I'm saying? And we still got guys still playing up at a potential where they being competitive. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that. That's going to be an edge that you're going to need in the playoffs. So when you want to sub a guy in, in and out, you still feel like, you know what I'm saying, you still have the feel of the game. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on.
Shouldn't be walking out there like he's a stranger. It's true.
Right. You know, like he's nervous, like, ooh, they going to come to me. You know, now, you know what I'm saying? Just how that game in Baltimore when, what's the guy name, that cornerback, he came in, he shook the ball,
Cornerback.
He done that because he had the awareness,
For the 49ers?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We took the ball from Lamar Jackson with that cornerback.
Did Mosley? No. That was a strong safety. That was Marcel. Marcel took that ball out of his hands. Yeah, that's Marcel. Marcel, he has his moments when he's really good. He just needs a little work on his coverage because otherwise, I like Marcel. I love the way he hits. I love his intensity. I just need for him to get it right in coverage so the defense, the OC, doesn't see the Marcel's late getting to his spots and start chunking on us. That's the only thing he needs to work on.
That's why those, when some guys had to be hurt and the other guys come in, now they can really feel like, they can get the feel of doing the position. Yeah. And when you in and out, you kind of like, you just go on like an assignment, but you don't come in like you can really, play your ability like you want to. You just run the assignment, come back.
Exactly right.
But
don't be making no strangers.
When them guys come in, you know what I'm saying, like that. See, like Sherman is out, and the other guy,
Mosley.
Mosley, yeah.
Maurice, I gotta tell you, E-Man Mosley.
He can come in and try to, learn the position, learn it a little better. So whenever they get in their nickel coverage or their dime coverage, when they really have to,
he's ready for it,
and they need him, he'll know what to do and how to do it.
Maurice,
but if he's not in the game, practicing it during game time,
Mosley is so ready. I'm concerned about the man who looked so good before he got injured, and that's Spoon. And I need to see Spoon stop doing them same mistakes repeatedly. Yesterday, it may be because he's not used to working with DJ Reed. He's working with K1. He's been working with Sherm. I'm going to give him a pass. Let's see what it looks like this weekend. But yesterday, I was, Spoon. So,
right.
But, Maurice, we got to go, fam. Let me see if Friday and maybe get some good news from K1 being out of concussion protocol. And we're hearing about Quan Alexander working out. I don't know what for. But we'll see. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday.
Yeah, man. I'm getting shout out Niner Nation, all the faithful out there, I appreciate what you're doing, Ronbo.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, too. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right.
There's Maurice. And one of the founding members of TNT. He is Trey from VA.
Finally. And I do Finally. Brother Ronbo, how you doing, man?
Oh, Trey. And one thing that ain't been in here tonight is cute and cuddly. But Trey.
Oh, I don't know, man. For the last, I don't know. I don't even know what was going on before I got on here. I'm gonna let that go though. I'm gonna let it go.
It's been rough.
Now, shout out to my TNT family. Shout out to you, Ronbo Production. Shout out to everybody that feels the way that I'm about to explain. Ronbo, me and you, we started something a couple years back, and I think we need to pick it up. Especially after something that just happened like this. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get into it. Can I get?
I'm way ahead of you already. And now, another segment of Monday Night Raw. Let me holler at you.
Kyle Shanahan, you let your former boss outcoach you. Dan Quinn came out. Dan Quinn was out here doing like some 5-2 yesterday that kind of stifled our run game. Speaking of the run game, Ronbo, what is this business? He got too cute yesterday. We talked about Kyle getting too cute. Why is Coleman starting the game? Is it because Atlanta was his former team? What is that about, right?
That.
I mean, it's just the little opportunities because when you think about the carry distribution, Mostert had 14 carries, Coleman had 4, and Breida had 3. Breida had the big run, so he got the lion's share, but he didn't get enough. Not for me, not for my appetite. Did he get enough for you, Ronbo?
Not even a little bit.
Because it looked like it was working, and that's what I mean by outcoach. Because Kyle likes to stop running the ball when it's working. I've never seen anything like it. It baffles my mind. But then you think about, well, you know what? Okay, why didn't they have any catches, Ronbo? Where's the screen passes? This vanilla, cupcake, tasteless, bland offense that we saw yesterday. Where were the screenplays? Where were the dump offs? Why not get the ball into our Mostert's our most explosive player? Get the ball into his hands. They was coming after Jimmy. That's what I mean by coaching.
Couldn't see nobody but George Kittle. George Kittle had, 20
Joe
receptions?
Staley. Again, Joe Staley. We've been talking about you since the preseason, Joe Staley. First play?
Yeah.
I mean, Beasley ran past him like he wasn't standing. Nobody there.
Play?
Oh, Lord.
First play. Joe looked like molasses out there. And for the kids that are too young to know what molasses is, just think about the thickest syrup you've ever seen in your life. And how slow that was. Joe was in his stance.
Get that Brer Rabbit.
Joe was waiting for the ball to be hiked while our quarterback was getting sacked. And so that was a huge problem for me. And then Saleh, I can't forget you. This is an all-inclusive let me holler at you. This is the guy that you guys were going to give a head coaching job to, right? Everybody. TNT wasn't sold. We told you. Because, Ronbo, you have to adjust. This is not D. Ford. This is not, Ronald Blair. This is not DeMontre Moore. We can't just send 4. I don't care if we don't blitz all game. There's no excuse on 4th down. After 12 catches, Julio gets 13. So that's what that's about. But here's the good news going forward, Ronbo. We got that out of our system. It's gone now. Because we're moving on to the Rams. The Rams look like absolute ass on Sunday, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good because we need to win 2. And we need to be angry. What do you think, Ronbo? Do you think that this team will be motivated to go out here and make a play on Saturday night?
I believe they will because they realize there ain't no point in continuing to rest.
It's just too much going on, Ronbo. We can't do it long tonight, so I understand that. It's been a while since we've talked, but I just need to know, Kyle Shanahan, run the ball.
Please.
It works.
And let TC work out the backfield, throw in the ball. Let him have out in space.
For Mostert.
Kyle?
We had 3 sacks in 3 games on defense?
Yes. Ain't doing nothing no more.
Hey, blitz. Ronbo, I know we got to roll. But look, blitz, get after the quarterback. Shout out to my TMT family, everybody. Here's the good news, Ronbo. It's in our hands.
I know.
And we're angry. And I like that combination.
That may make a difference. Trey, always good stuff. Trey, love when you get in here.
All right, Ronbo.
Trey,
I'll let me, man.
We're going to see what happens this weekend. All right.
All right, buddy.
Good night, fam. This is what I love about our family. When individuals are struggling with their own emotions, we get together and we talk this stuff out. I feel a lot better than I did before this program. My cats are hiding in the corners. The dog won't even talk to me right now, and even when he's hungry. I'm telling you right now. Ooh. Hey, Eric code is 408.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hello.
This is Casey.
Casey's on the lamb. I get a different area code from every time Casey calls in. I know what you mean.
Oh, really, man? Because, I always got to introduce myself.
I don't
have an Undertaker.
Is it FBI or detectives? Somebody. I got all these guys after me as well, so I understand your pain.
Hey, Rumbo, remember a few years ago when someone, I think it was a Raider fan, hacked the show, and in the middle of the show there was someone tampered with the screen, and there was the demon
and it
face
zapped
and stuff.
out all of a sudden.
That scared the crap out of me, man.
We changed systems since then. I said, okay, you know what? This dude. My production folks get outsmarted, but so you notice we haven't heard from him anymore.
Rumble, I had some over-the-counter marijuana that night, and I was tripping out when that happened, Rumbo.
Tell you, man, when the internet was invented, it created an avenue for all kind of just bad guys. You know?
Yeah, you see that right now with the fair weather 49er fans, man. I cannot believe it, man. Oh my!
A lot of people jumping off the ship. I know.
Apparently, Kyle Shanahan, doesn't know how to coach, and crazy, Rob.
Well, no, but Kyle does do some questionable things sometimes. But we don't need to go as far as to say he doesn't know what he's doing.
Don't we all, Rombo?
Hey, I know. I agree. I agree.
Oh my God! I'm with Kyle right now, man. I just want to forget the game, and you know what? I kind of
move on.
Don't have to because I had to take my dog to the ER right before the game, so I missed the whole game.
Oh, you mean really? Oh, poor.
Yeah,
is the dog
she's okay? But
good.
She's fine. And you know what, Rumbo? I had no idea that my earbud mic would pick up my dog barking like it did last time. So I'm sorry to the Empire.
Okay. I apologize. I always forgive pets. It's when the TV is on that could be controlled. Dogs bark. That's what they do. It's okay.
Yeah, but man, we're on to Cincy.
God,
we're on to Cincinnati, man. But,
no, L.A.
I know, but you know what I mean.
I see what you did there.
It's whatever, man.
They're all trash.
Longer than me, but isn't this pretty normal that late in the season you get really good teams? Just the 12-4, 13-3 teams. They have.
It's always a spoiler.
Like that's pretty. So it's everything's it's all going to plan right now. Man, you didn't tell me the Falcons had Jeff Ulbrich, man. That broke my heart, Rombo. I was like, "What are you doing, Jeff?"
I mean, if they were playing lose KC, they was running on 4th and 1 and 2, and we got to lose. Yeah, we go run the ball. Come on back out here. Get your offense off the field. What? Oh no!
And
then they made it.
Even in all sports, with all games, the best players, best teams, they might play down to an opponent sometimes.
We did a lot this year.
Yeah, but and I hate to say it, Ronbo, but I'm going to keep it 100 with you, Ronbo. It looks like it's next year. It looks like they're a kicker away, a maybe improved secondary away. They won't have injuries again. So.
We're never going to have no injuries, KC. I'm convinced of that. We were sailing along, and now we don't have any backups on our defensive line. How many guys do we have on that defensive line? We had an army on that defensive line, and now we got no
Ronbo, doesn't it feel like the last 10 years has just been injuries to, since Alex Smith, right? The last, Breda and D4. I've never seen another team just decimated like the Niners over the
Well,
last few years. It's
actually the Falcons are tore up right now. All their guys are out too. Oh, but that's the game. Casey,
Ronbo, did you see the look on that young boy's face yesterday? Man, they got a stone cold kicker up there, man.
Who? Who?
On Young Wei.
Oh, good, cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
And he came to play yesterday. Bro.
Yeah, he's been missing all year too. I've been watching him. Anyway, you know what? That's good. Let him have it. See, Casey, we got to go, fam. I ran out of time here. Let me see this weekend if you get some time, huh?
Yeah, get some rest, Ronbo.
Yeah. Been mad for 24 hours. It's time to rest. All right, man.
All right, man.
I'll see you this weekend.
Adios.
God. Adios. Hey, give me 301 area code. Hello.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Who is this?
This Tory from DMV 9 Empire, man.
Is it Tory?
Yeah, Tory.
Tory from DMV 9. What's up, fam?
Ain't too much, man.
Tory,
Trying to make sense of it all, man.
Ain't it hard?
Yeah, it is, man. It is, man. I feel like, they kind of look past that game, man.
Yeah, but there's lots of other reasons, too. It's like Jay said, what we got to realize is we got to stop hyping up our third and fourth string players. They're on the second and third and fourth strings for a reason. But you know what?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Normally look good. Huh?
They do, man. But I feel like, with having young guys on your team, they like playing for Kyle.
Yeah, they do.
So he has to keep them attentive, man.
Yeah.
Help them, put them in a position for them to win the game, man.
Absolutely.
On offense, I feel like we still don't have an identity. You know what I'm saying? What is our identity? It should be run first.
It should be. I think he
it's
tries
crazy
to.
It's tough, man, because our losses came from us start running the ball in the end of the game, man.
Tory, here's one question for you, though. Are you going to start Tevin Coleman? Is he going to be the first guy to get the handoff this weekend?
Never.
See?
And the relationship that they have, I think, is carrying over from Atlanta. Most of right now is the hot guy, man. He's the only back that I see right now in the league that has the 3 pressure points when he's carrying the ball, Ronbo.
That dude can find a hole. And I mean, Dance, he gets through that hole right now. That's what I love about him.
He's not playing with it.
No.
He's not playing with him. When you watch him, when he carry the ball, it's safe. You don't feel nervous when he makes his move. He's gone. When you bring Tevin out, man, you throw Tevin a pass. You let him get out in space.
Yes.
He's not getting it done on the run, man.
Tevin's dancing the hole. He doesn't. Oh, Tevin. See, now the hole closed, man. Oh, a 1 yard gain.
1 yard gain, man. It's crazy, and then you look at it. Kittle's our tight end, man. I love him to death. We have 13 passes to our tight end. When I watch the games, I watch our game more than once. I set up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to be to work at 6.
Yeah, same here. Crying.
It's crazy. Like, you're not going to tell. When you watch, the other receivers getting open, man. They have to open the playbook and the progressions you have to go through them.
Which is George Kittle's that's what George Kittle does. The defense is so feeding on him. You gonna tell me with all them passes, Kyle, that none of our other guys were open ever?
I feel I fail to believe. I can't believe that. I can't believe that, man. When you sit back and watch and you look at it, like, you can see a lot of the miscues on it, man. Like, now it's to the point, even yesterday, like, they played the best they could against Julio, right? I feel like, coaching-wise, you make somebody else beat me. I'm going to double-team him the whole game. I'm keeping somebody in front of him, keeping somebody over top of him. Somebody else is going to beat me, but it wouldn't have been Julio.
I got DJ Reed and I got Jimmy Ward, even though they're small, both of them is rough. Let them deal with Julio. I got 2 guys. And if E-Man and Spoon can't handle other receivers, they can pick up their clothes and sign it, exit right now. really, that play could have been done different. That whole defensive scheme. Salah and Shanahan, they trust their guys. Kyle trusts TC. I got no problem with that. I understand it. That's how you build a clubhouse. Everybody, faith is in you. I got my defense. I trust you to get the job done. I'm not going to send anybody out there to come for you. But this is about money. Do what you got to do. Explain to him this is a team and this is the move we're going to make.
It's a business.
Do it. Yes.
It's a business. It's a business. That's it. That's it, man. And I feel like at the end of the day, like, Kyle, it's a different role being the head coach. But he has to look at, man, you lost the Super Bowl doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, at some point, get aggressive and stay aggressive.
You got to be like
I get
Belichick.
it.
Yeah, don't care about nobody's feelings.
I get it. I get it. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, we made it to the playoffs. We clinched the spot. I'm not happy with that, man. No, they have to understand we made it harder for ourselves going down into this stretch.
We backed in. 11-3, we backed in. Hey, Tori, we got to go, fam. Great day. Don't be no stranger.
No problem, man.
We'll be back Friday. Everybody's going to be giving the scores out. Check you out for that, huh?
Yep, I definitely reach out. Man. I definitely reach out, man.
Have a great night.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
You too, man.
We get used to this, fam. We're not going to lose a lot of games for probably a while. We may not make it to the Super Bowl. But, the thing is, I think the years ahead, we're going to have to learn to take this a little easier. This is the first year going through this. I'm mad as hell and I shouldn't be. We're 11-3. Are we grateful? I'm grateful. I just find that loss uncalled for. If we'd have lost to the Saints, okay. If we lose to the Packers, we lost to Jacksonville, okay, I'm okay. But not the Falcons. Bill! Oh, Bill. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud,
All
Bill.
right, Mom.
Hey, go ahead. Get your case going, Bill.
I'm sitting there watching your chat, and you got a bunch of Sea Chicken fans on.
Aren't they something? They think they're as good as us now, so they can hang out with us.
Hey, I want to get this right. We have 5 Super Bowl rings. They're delusional. I'm sitting here trying not to roll really hard.
There you go.
I might have put that on mute because I was cracking up laughing.
I know, man. They're talking about the 26 championships and 1 ring. All right? Chickens, you ain't got nothing to talk about, man. When grown folks is talking, y'all need to go somewhere else. Go ahead, Bill.
I have to feel, I hope, if I'm thinking like they watch, I hope our Niner team watches your channel. You're doing good. You're out there supporting the fan base. Love your channel. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Bill.
And for the Sea Chicken fans out there, he's never, I'm going to put it out there, Ronbo's never going to become a Seahawks fan, so get over it. He's not coming, you're in.
Has that been said? Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey,
and I'm going to call it out.
Bill, did you see this one? Earlier, some guy, I forget his name, he said Jerry Rice is a Seahawks legend. We almost booted him. That was going too far. My God.
Yeah, keep him on there. Because where are you guys going to be when the Niners beat you in Week 17? Because it's going to happen. Our season's not over. We're going to end up doing something great. I have a feeling we're going to beat the Rams. And you know what? We're going to come out. We're going to own Seattle. With all their trash talking and running their mouth, we're going to have to shut them up. And what's going to happen when you guys lose to, Philadelphia Eagles? Where y'all going to be then?
If the Cowboys don't win that division, who's going to win the NFC least? Nobody knows. But it's either them or the Eagles, like you say. If they lose to either one of those teams, that'll do it for me for the rest of the year. I won't be able to stop laughing. I'm in the hospital. They'll have to stitch me back up. God. That's.
Yeah, totally, man. It's hilarious. You must be so popular in Seattle, they have to watch your channel and be trolling.
No, they haven't had a chance to talk to us until we only lose 3 games this year. They don't come around. A couple of them do, but for the main part, we don't have to put up with them this year because we're winning. When we're winning, they don't want us to. They don't want to talk. That's fine.
I mean, don't let them get under your skin.
No, they're
Laugh
not.
them, blow them off.
I look at them as a joke.
I hope you
Well,
guys keep that intensity when we beat you and you get eliminated. Please come to the channel and talk about how you have a losing season, how you ain't going anywhere. When we actually hold the Lombardi Trophy up, I mean, I want to hear what's going to be said then.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, tell you what, Bill. Anything you want to say about yesterday's game as far as the offense and defense? We only got a couple of minutes left. Go ahead.
We got to play better next week. That's all I got to say. I hope this game is a learning lesson for them. I hope, you can't trust the refs. I mean, you can't let the refs decide the game because we all know when that happens, we never end up on the.
I know we
every
never
time. Every
ever.
time.
Yeah, every time.
Never
It's
happens.
always the other team. It's amazing.
So don't ever let them come back with the winning drive because it's what's going to happen. We're going to get robbed in the game. Call it conspiracy, call it what you want. I'm just going to say bad officiating.
Bill, I think Eddie D pissed somebody off in Vegas years ago. It's really weird how we never, ever get the ref calls, especially in these kind of situations.
You know why he had to sell the team, don't you?
Well, yeah, I heard the reason they made public gambling.
Thank you. You just answered the question.
Yeah.
He must owe some debts or something, so he gave it to York. So I think that's what I think he owes some debt or something. They're taking that on us. But to get it right, officials, Eddie don't own the team no more. Eddie owes you money. Take it to Eddie. You don't own the team no more. It's to York that owns it, so just get over it.
Well,
Number
his sister.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we can't trust the refs. I mean, and on top of that, I'm not the only one that noticed. The guy brought it up earlier when the clock hit 0 and it was called game. That's what it should be. But
game was supposed to be over. True.
I think we should do that to somebody. It should be done in the Super Bowl. The whole world sees it. That the clock hit 0, they call it game, they review, and we win the Super Bowl because of it.
That should be it. Bill, we're out of time. Bill,
That would be great comment, but do me a Niner shout out.
You can't do. And I'll see you this weekend. Are you ready? A Niners! Getting ready, Bill, to take this division. All right.
Sweet Stephanie. Sweet Stephanie will win the ball. You have a nice day.
You too, Bill. Let's go see what Tyler's doing. Hey, Tyler.
All right, Ronbo. Let me talk some sense into a lot of these people, man.
You want an installment?
Yes.
As Monday Night Tradition continues, let me holler at you. All right, it's all yours.
First of all, why are we talking about the Atlanta Falcons like we just lost to a bunch of scrubs? Like, first of all, you're just looking at the record and you're like, this team's a bunch of scrubs, right? Okay, timeout. I'm calling a major timeout, not a 30-second timeout. Okay. Anyway, so the Falcons went into the Superdome and beat the Saints 26-9. Okay? They blew them out. They didn't do nothing.
True.
All right? The Falcons beat the Saints in the Superdome 26-9. They gave them the Saints a run for their money in the second game, too. The Falcons destroyed the Panthers last week. The Falcons, as of late, they're playing for their coach's job.
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
Extra motivated.
Yeah.
Not just because they love their coach. They want to keep him around. So not just that. They have won 4 out of their last 6 games. This is not the team that started this year. They started the year bad and they screwed up. This team has gotten better. All right? And then we're talking about our defense like we didn't just face Lamar Jackson, Drew Brees, and Matt Ryan. Like, these are all, like, Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Lamar Jackson is MVP, right? And then you got Matt Ryan, who's a former MVP and a potential Hall of Famer because he's, like, top 10 in passing yards or something.
True.
So, why are we freaking out?
In other words, we don't underestimate the Atlanta Hawks, or at least let's not look at them as if they were trash. And I get that. The problem is, Tyler, they're a 4-win team, and they are susceptible to getting beat. I think the Saints beat them the last time they played, but we still had that game won had we not played such goofy down the stretch. That's what everybody's mad about.
But
yeah,
I mean, here's the thing: we lost. Okay, what really made me mad was the kickoff because we really lost that game by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could say if Robbie Gould had made that extra point, but even if he did, Atlanta would have had to kick the extra point after
to win the game.
Which
True.
I mean, maybe they miss, but you never know.
And yeah,
but seriously, that team is not a bunch of scrubs. They're not the team that started the year, man.
No,
they're
they
much
got a lot
better
of people
team than they
missing
were.
though too, Tyler.
They do, but they blew
beat us
they
with one
blew
wide
the Saints
receiver.
out.
Yeah,
I don't even care about that though, because they blew the Saints out. This is a better team than they were.
Yeah.
So we did not lose to a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah.
And,
so we can feel better about that.
You know, I do agree with the ruling of the first catch where they ruled it was incomplete because the ball touched the ground and then he lost control.
Yeah.
But apparently the rule is it's a catch even if it touches the ground if he maintains control or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't maintain control, so anyway, the second one he beat us by an inch, and you know, anybody that beats us, they beat us on the last play.
And that's been the thing. Every loss, has been barely. You just escaped. And I don't care what anybody says about the Hawks game. They got away because we missed.
Dude,
that's the only reason why.
If we had not just that,
damn it.
Think about it. If we had one of three players, if we had our kicker, we probably would have won the game. If we had George Kittle, we probably would have won the game.
If George plays,
Emmanuel Sanders,
it doesn't even come down to that play. Exactly.
Well, here's another thing. We were up 10-0 without George Kittle, but once Emmanuel Sanders, we're up 10-0 with just Emmanuel Sanders, and then Emmanuel Sanders goes out, and all of a sudden we can't move the ball.
And now people are saying the Hawks know that they can beat the 49ers because they've beaten them before. Oh, who? What?
Oh, quit it.
Oh, God, give me a break with that. They came in and
Here's
escaped again.
By the way, we are the second leading team for Pro Bowlers right now. And guess who's in the Pro Bowl? Guess who is getting the most votes, or a lot of votes for the Pro
Nick
Bowl?
Bosa.
No, Raheem Mostert.
Oh, is he getting votes now? Finally? Oh,
he's gonna make the
I
Pro Bowl.
voted for him. I didn't know anybody else was. All right,
He's gonna make the Pro Bowl.
Ooh, he deserves it too. You know?
Yeah, that's the problem. Kyle, this ticked me off. I read last week that I read last week that he said Raheem Mostert has earned the leading role, and then the very first play of the game, I see Tevin Coleman out.
Right? Oh, Kyle! I
was like, what?
If Mostert's your guy, when he started the game with DC. Okay. Tyler, we got to go. It's late. Go ahead and get some rest. See you. Try to get you in here early Friday if you're on the phone, okay?
Okay. By the way, a bit of good news. Since the Saints won, the Seahawks are in the 3 seed, so they don't. At least right now, they don't have a first-round bye. So.
I didn't know about that. Oh, that just warms my heart. I did not want to see them in the number one spot. All right.
The Saints are in the 1 spot, and the Packers are in to in the 2 spot. The Seahawks are in 3rd. So. At least if we were to lose to them, they would go out. They would have to go on the road. They would not have a first.
Have to go on the road. So. All right, Tyler. I'll see you Friday.
All right, Niner Empire, Niner for life. Let's go, San Francisco. Go Niners.
Right. Okay. And there he is, Ed. What is it? Edbus, the sickest. We don't see Edbus. We didn't see him this much this year, but of course now we only lost 3 times. Only had 3 opportunities. He's taking advantage of his opportunities. Good for you, Edis. So he says, Ronnie Lott. He thinks I'm going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad. It's comedy. Ronnie Lott equals Seahawks legend. Okay. And he made a contribution so he could put it at the top of the page. If there's a being on the planet that knows how to get on your nerves, at least they try, it's a Hawks fan. Good job, guys. You're the master of your craft. Okay. Hey, Shabazz.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Shabazz, I'm just sorry that you was out there to witness that terrible outcome. That game that should have never happened. Shabazz,
Ronbo.
since you was out there, you can tell us about it. Go ahead.
Shanahan did exactly what he needed to do. Shanahan, to me, is kind of like a new Belichick, Phil Jackson. Now the Empire halls. The last time we won a Super Bowl, we was 13-3. That's his old team. He gave them a victory. Just like everybody just said, we control our own destiny. He got the boys motivated. He got the boys hungry. Calm down. I said this when we lost that first game to Seattle. Ronbo, I want to go 13-3. That's exactly what I said. I said, actually, I want to lose 3 games.
Yes, I
heard
remember that.
you say something. I heard you say something earlier. You'd have rather lost to the Saints. No. We won the ones we were supposed to win all year, guys.
No, that's true.
We won the ones we were supposed to win.
I gotta agree
we had
with
a
that.
3-game gauntlet. The game we were supposed to lose out of those 3 was the Raven game. It has no meaning. The game we were supposed to win was that emotional game last week against the Saints. So, yeah, we drank. This is one we could afford. Now the boys are back ready. We take care of the Lambs on Saturday. Our boy got tickets to that game, so I'm going to relax and watch that game on TV.
Abel.
Then we go in and we got the chickens in their house. Do you know how great this is going to feel to all of us when we beat them? Think about all our pain. Think about everything we've been through with the Sea Chickens the last 5-6 years from when Sherman played for them. When we go in there, they've priced the tickets outrageous. I can't even buy freaking tickets to go to the game.
Is that right? I didn't even know about what are the prices up to?
Oh, yeah. Man, they want $600 for a nosebleed, those suckers. But the sweet thing is, Ronbo, it is okay.
Yes.
We're going to go in there and it's going to be loud just like Seattle. And all the naysayers on ESPN and everybody else, we're going to kick their ass.
Because you know they're going to be favored.
We're going to kick that. Oh, Ronbo, we're going to kick their ass. And then we'll get the bye. We'll have the first seed in the NFC. And the playoffs comes through us. Listen, I tell everybody this. To be a champion, you've got to get hit in the mouth. We didn't get knocked out. You've got to get – I tell anybody, I don't know I'm in a fight until you hit me in the mouth, Ronbo. You got to get my attention. Now everybody's – Kittle's mad.
Even Ali used to get fired up on occasion. Fought his best fights after that.
Right. Breeder's mad because he felt like he let the team down. Mozart, everybody, it's okay. Trust me, guys. We've won 11 games. And somebody, again, I'm going to go back in retrospect, and I'm going to reflect on this. If somebody tells us last year after we 4-12, Ronbo, Shabazz, Nana Empire, y'all going to be 11-3. And in order to get first place in the NFC, the last 2 games is against the Lambs and the Seahawks. We'll all sign up for that. You'll be like, what? The last 2 games to win it all, to get in the playoffs and have the number 1 seed, so we got home games in Santa Clara is to beat the Lambs and the Sea Chickens. We'd all sign up for that. Nobody that's a Niner fan would say, no, I don't want that road. That's the way you want it. Anytime you want something, you got to take it. It ain't given to you. Forget the refs, forget the excuses, and we're going to go and take it. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to holler at y'all Friday.
All right.
Always shout out to my Niner fam in Memphis and my Niner fam in Mississippi that I kick it with, hang out with.
Yeah.
Met 2 more faithfuls this game that I never met and brought them down to the seats, and we had a great time.
Right.
Ronbo, y'all chill. It's okay. We're controlling our own destiny. We're controlling our own destiny. And the Sea Chickens already know they're not getting no bye week. Smokey Smoke up there, Friday Smokey up there that smoked out, And Wagner's going to be silly, and he's going to be silly and play on that ankle against our boy Tyler.
Oh, I wish he would.
That ankle and he ain't gonna even play against us.
Oh, carry him off the field.
I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. But he's gonna play against Kyler, and that's gonna re-scramble that ankle. And like I said, week 17, that last week, we're gonna blow them out. We're going 2-0 the next 2 games, and then we're gonna put together that 3-game win streak. And then Lombardi's ours. Everybody talking about next season. Is everybody having to lose the grains around here? We're gonna do it now.
And the thing is, somebody said Quan's working out. I don't know what that means because I thought when you tear your pec, you got to stay up off your chest. So we'll see. Quan comes back.
Yeah,
I got news.
Man, if he comes back, you're right. But he's working out. But the good thing is, listen, we gonna get this done now. Right now. Ain't no next year. Right now, y'all.
All right.
Right
listening.
now. Like
All
what
right,
Chad
Shabazz.
said. Remember, we dedicated this season to his brother, to Tony York. We got it on our helmet. We got the TY on our helmet. We're going to get it this year. Trust me. He
I
said,
believe you
listen.
too. All right,
You know,
Shabazz.
and I tried to tell all the Niner fans as we walking off, and everybody was upset with the Falcons. I shook every Falcon fan's hand and said, good job. Thank you for hitting me in the mouth.
All right,
Thank you
Shabazz.
for hitting me in the mouth. All right. I love y'all, Niner Empire. Keep the faith.
All right, Shabazz. We love you back, fam. I'll see you Friday. Hope you get some time. All right.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to check you in Friday, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a good night. And let's run over here right quick to Josh and see what he's got to say. Josh.
Hey, Ronbo.
Josh. Josh, we've had a
Hey,
potpourri.
Ronbo,
Yeah.
I was going to say, you should be saying ooh la la.
How come?
We're in the playoffs, man.
Well,
We're in the playoffs.
Then there is that.
Seriously.
Josh,
you know,
we've gotten spoiled. We know we are the definition of excellence. So, it's kind of tough when we see all of a sudden looking like everybody else. So I wasn't ready for that, but I'm getting over it.
I'm not that mad about the loss. I mean, I was pissed yesterday about it, but I mean, it's going to happen. What I really want to get to, though, I know we're really short on time. It kind of felt like Kyle kind of threw the game a little bit for Dan Quinn because, Kyle had that amazing run with Quinn. Quinn's job is on the line this year, and Kyle cares about people. Like when he's worked with people, even players, he cares with them.
I know.
For example, KB, everybody's saying, oh, KB, but he brought KB in. He drafted KB. Players.
CJ Beathard.
CJ Beathard. Pettis.
Yep, Pettis.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
So, and also what I want to put in here too, Quinn could have kept Kyle after that Super Bowl loss. He could have kept him. He could have done what Kyle did last season with Matt LaFleur.
And block any attempt to get his people. Yeah.
So Quinn didn't do that. He gave Kyle Kyle's dream to be a head coach, especially
and Josh,
for the team
Josh,
he
one
wanted
thing,
to be a head coach for.
And Josh, I just want to mention, for those who have said, that's why they fired Kyle out of Atlanta. Hey, the next time somebody says that, if you're standing next to him, make sure they know it was Kyle's choice to leave Atlanta. He did not get fired. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, but he did the same thing with Matt LaFleur because his brother wanted him to come over to the Packers.
Yeah, I
he
know.
said, hell no. And he kept him. So, I just wanted to put that out there. That's what it kind of felt like to me because our guys, everybody's saying it, it was vanilla. It was vanilla play calling. And also, they were tired, too, from that Saints game. That was a hell of a game. Anybody that's played football knows when you play
it takes a while to heal up
like that.
Yeah, things hurt. Every little bang, you could feel it for at least a week, especially the bangs they're taking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Kittle looked tired. I mean, he didn't look as tired as other
Kittle,
players,
but he still looked tired for him.
Hey, yeah, the Hulk Kittle. Okay, you could see it. He was tired,
and he never drops the ball.
He's been doing a lot, right? And then also I want to mention about the all these Seagull fans in there. I try not to let them get under my skin, but. This one really gets under my skin, and it's Josh, no football knowledge rebel. This dude needs to lay off the
That's
ped.
his name?
Well, his name is Josh Rebel, but I call him
you
Josh,
added
no
to it.
football rebel, no knowledge football rebel. Yeah, because he has no football knowledge. It's like, get the hell out of here, dude.
Like, God. There's so many of them. I don't know who they think they are. But don't worry, because you know what? In 2 weeks, we can say goodbye to the Hawks fans. They won't bother us anymore in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to that. And, it's all good. It's cool.
Well, when they lose, they're ghost, and then, when they get a win, they come around.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not real fans. They don't know what's going
and Josh,
on.
they haven't had a lot of opportunities to take these shots at us. This is our third loss, so they've been in 2 times. We've got some resident Hawk fans, but the rest of these guys are they wait until they can get their little openings, and it's okay. They only have short, a few more minutes, and they're out of here. So it's no problem.
Yep. Well, I know I'm short on time, but I want to say the last caller that was on, he hit that on a high note. That was a really good high notes of what he was bringing up. So people, they need to, have that mentality as a 49er fan, relax, Also, Ronbo, I want to start hearing you call Jimmy the Hitman G. Yeah. He is our quarterback. He can throw those darts in there.
I'm Jimmy's biggest fan. You notice I always offer argument. I'll throw the challenge flag on anybody that comes in and talking about Jimmy G. Try to do it politely. But, the guy's coming along. Been out for a whole year. He rehabbed an ACL. This is the point you get back into Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. It takes a minute. Somebody's expecting too much. Now he's coming along.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking good. We're out of time, Josh, as you know. Let me see you Friday, huh?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, man. Have a good night. Good stuff. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show!
Wow.
Ronbo, I love the intro, yeah.
I know you do. I'm one of your favorites.
Absolutely.
You have every right to be pissed off and upset at losing this game, and I'll tell you why. Because you do not want to go through Seattle in that NFC Championship game. Remember what happened last year? Or, I'm sorry, not last year, but a few years ago when we went through that clean.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship
we lost
game,
Navarro Bowman.
Exactly, and we are fighting for the number 1 seed. If that game did anything to expose our weakness to other teams, playoff teams, you know what I mean? You can't play vanilla when you're fighting for a number 1 seed. You want to play lights out, and you gotta keep your guys' head in the game. You know what I mean? You can't just let them lay low and have a day off. Pretty much, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Joe Staley, I'm sorry, but you're getting an installment tonight. Robo, he's becoming a liability. I'm sorry to say that. I don't know if anybody wants to hear that or not, but he's really becoming a liability.
No,
he's showing his age.
You're right.
He's letting edges get by him left and right. I mean, you had Daniel Brunskill, for God's sake, who was an undrafted rookie, come in here and play lights out.
You don't see anybody run past him that often.
You know what I mean? No. That is extremely rare to find when it comes to tackles like that. If I were Joe Staley, I would seriously contemplate retirement after this season, because you are holding this offense back. You are not allowing any time for plays to develop for Jimmy Garoppolo, which you saw yesterday. There was hardly anybody getting open. You didn't see Debo or you didn't see Sanders at all yesterday. All you saw was Kittle.
But the thing is, he looked better against the Saints. What happened yesterday? Beasley. I don't understand.
Staley's at the end of the road. He needs to realize that. He doesn't have 2 years left in him. I'm sorry.
He appears out of shape, too. Joe looks heavier and bulkier than I ever remember.
And as far as Richard Sherman goes, you see the importance of how his leadership, how his skill set
he stays
helps
in people's
everyone
ear.
out on that field. And you extremely missed that yesterday. You saw the disarray in the Saints game when he went out. You saw the disarray yesterday and the confusion and the defense being pretty much exposed yesterday by Richard Sherman not being in there. I remember a point back in time, Ronbo, when Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch first came on here, and we were talking about how to build our team with the new GM and the new coach. And a lot of us weren't wanting to sign big names on this team because they were fearful of it bankrupting our team, and they were fearful of it not letting players develop and everything like that. And if we went with that philosophy, Ronbo, we wouldn't have had Richard Sherman or D Ford on this team. And do you now see the importance of having a guy like Richard Sherman on our team?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, listen, I was one of the guys. I warmed up to it quickly when he first came. People were still pissed off about Sherm. 2 or 3 weeks into last season, I got over that quick. As soon as I could see what kind of personality he was.
I get he was drafted in the 6th round, but if you don't understand how the draft works and you don't watch college football, the 3rd and 4th rounds are basically players that rarely make from the 3rd round on back. They rarely make the team, and they're extremely hard to find. Richard Sherman's, George Kittle's, and Antonio Brown's like that in the 6th round when it comes to the draft. You know what I mean? And when those players become available, you go after them. I don't give a shit what you think. You go after them to help your team out, especially when you're on a playoff run. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to hear the words uttered on here again that we don't need to sign anybody ever again. You saw the impact that Emmanuel Sanders had on here when we signed him.
Immediately, yeah.
We were last in drops, Ronbo. Before we signed Sanders, we weren't going to make it far in the playoffs if we didn't sign Sanders.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that.
And he's made a difference.
You know what I mean?
His expertise, his veteranism has helped out Debo too. He looks a lot different.
Yeah, and you know damn well if Odell Beckham Jr. becomes available. I know nobody doesn't want to hear this, but you know they're going to go after him again because they've been trying their ass off.
No, we expect that.
To go after him.
Yeah, we expect that.
That opens up the playbook 90%. But Bravo, that allows the playbook to be open 90%.
Maybe 100.
Almost 100%.
Because
that's how players like that.
If you got Sanders and Beckham Jr., that's a lot. So.
Yeah, and I guarantee you Sanders will take a vet minimum next year because he's got 2 years left and he won't be asking for an astronomical amount of money.
And all he wants is a ring, another ring. He likes that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's already got his money. He's already made his life. He's already set up his life for the future and everything like that. So
let me ask you this, because here's a deal that you'll probably appreciate. You're going to have to give Cleveland a first-round pick. Cleveland's probably ready to deal now because they can see that Odell Beckham Jr. is not happy.
I don't know about that because his production wasn't as good as it was in New York when he was with Cleveland. So,
but if you're Cleveland, with Kyle, Odell Beckham Jr. looks like under Kitchens he looks like one thing, but under Shanahan,
Cleveland's going to be a mess when they fire Kitchens. So they're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So
get a first-round draft pick. It's not going to be high on the list, but you take that first-round draft pick. You take a third-round draft pick for next year, all right, 2021, and
package in Solomon Thomas with him.
And okay, I need Buda Baker. Not Buda Baker, but what's that? What's that? That safety they got from the Jets?
Not
the Jets, but the Giants. They sent to the Giants.
Oh, the Giants got from the Giants
from Cleveland.
Browns, you mean?
What's that safety they sent?
Jabril Peppers.
Oh, give me Jabril. Yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah.
Jabril's going to say, why am I a journeyman?
Yeah. I don't ever you see my point though, the importance of having a guy like Richard Sherman on your team.
Absolutely.
You see a point of a guy like Emmanuel Sanders having on your team. You cannot expect signing no-name players who are basically tools that don't do anything and hope to have a 9-7 season like that. They don't help the players faster like that.
So did you refer to some of the no-name players as tools?
Like the no-name players like that have hardly any talent that don't have an impact on your team.
But you can't call them a tool.
Well, I mean, for the lack of a better term, I should say, but yeah.
We got to go. We got to go though. Good stuff.
But yeah,
you're making all kind of sense as usual. All right, Phil. Oh God, love that show. Anyway, it's time for me to go. Let me run down through this. Jay Harrison says, "What do you think about Kyle's clock management? You think he should have took a TO on the Falcons' last drive of the game after Julio got the long gain? Would have saved us time to score, and D was on fumes." Yeah. You know what? I'd have to go back and look exactly what you're talking about. I'm not remembering any time during the game when clock management was a factor. Anyway, I see what you're talking about. I'm going to look for that. So I have no answer for that. But Mr. Block Ice, he says, hey, 75 means when the last time we won the Super Bowl, the 75th anniversary. Oh, all right. Was that right? NFL is 75 years old? Wow. Well, it's past time. You're right, 25. Yes. They're doing the math for me now. I figured it out as soon as I figured. I just was talking about Laken Tomlinson. Alex Navarro says, hey, Kyle played conservative because he didn't have to prove anything versus the Falcons. And he says, with our Kyle, Falcons are crap. Not Kyle fans. The most important games are the next 2 weeks, and we'll be getting the 1 seed. Yeah, 49ers game. They are going to come out with guns blazing in the next 2 weeks. We can be sure of that. We just got to clean up some things in the secondary now. If Richard Sherman's coming back and K'Wan Williams, we don't need to clean up anything in the secondary. We'll be fine. I just want the offense to explode next week. And Lord God, please, God, what we need to do is start everybody. John Lynch 49ers. Just type in John Lynch on your Twitter page. John, we love Kyle, but if you would, please, we all suggest, we know who we are, but we all suggest Raheem Mostert is a starter. Can we please treat him as such? We're wasting carries on TC. Let TC come out of the backfield. Let's get him in space. We don't need to run him between the tackles. We have guys that do that better. I can't believe he doesn't see that. Okay. Anyway, Navarro, I agree. The Sentinel says, what do you think of playing Dallas in the playoffs? I don't know what the Rams are doing, but Jerry Jones can quit celebrating and talk about, they're playing up to their potential now. And I think that Jason doesn't have to be concerned about his job, so I'm not going to answer any more questions on Jason Garrett, but I do believe that my team may be ready to play and just in time, peaking to go into the playoffs. So if you'll excuse me, I'm not going to take any more questions today. Hey, Coach, you really think that beating the Rams was something significant? I said I'm done. No comment. Jerry! we got any more questions? Oh, hey, fam, I'm going to go ahead and Jerry Jones out of here. And fam, I'll see you Friday, and we're going to give some scores and see what's going on. And I'm looking at the film. Quan is running. Him and Kendrick Bourne hanging out on. If you got Instagram, go to Kendrick Bourne and check his stories out. That's Quan. Is Quan coming back for the playoffs? Hit that like, fam. I can't wait to see you Friday. And you'll tell them what we're going to hear from next. They say maybe things like, it looks like DJ Jones has been reassessed. As the latest diagnosis says, it's not as serious as it first seemed. Oh! But we already put him on IR, huh? Oh, shucks. I know!